Yep. Eagles way of boxing. Y'all come in. Let's talk about it a little bit today. That's right. It's Wednesday. We up in here. Eagles way of boxing. Yep. The smallest livest boxing channel there is, ever will be. Yeah. I'm gonna start doing. Uh, I think I'm gonna start adding more other content instead of just live all the time. So we'll get we'll get a little bit bigger audience. You know, yeah, I think it's been time. I'm overdue. I've probably been on the. I've been on YouTube longer than probably anybody you actually go visit. Not Eagles Way of Boxing, but I've been on here for a long, long time. I've been on here. I've been on here for 10 years, man. And I don't even advertise my native channel as a native channel. That's why I don't get as much. I don't get as many hits there. But that, they can't help but find me. The natives always find me anyway. I mean, hundreds of natives find me. I'm easy because, and I'll tell you what, and they will be over there again once our events start again because I'll put up powwow stuff. Once I mention powwow, that's it. I don't have to mention anything about being a native channel or nothing like that. They're gonna show up. Yeah, they're gonna show up. But what it is a lot of different things going on. I hope that everybody, did well over the weekend and over the Monday and Tuesday. That you guys had no stress, no complications and nothing like that. Nobody to get, to nobody bothering you with anything that's unnecessary. Anytime you bother anybody, it's unnecessary, though, right? If you're just bothering somebody, that just sounds like it's unnecessary. When you bothering, yeah, it's unnecessary. Yeah. Let my ADD kick in until I see somebody. Until I see a mod. I'm not just saying anybody. Once I see a mod. No, this tobacco. I'm just checking. That's Indian tobacco. One, two, trying to think. Probably 3 ties. I can make 3 ties out of this. I can't be cheap and make. I can make more ties. Yeah, but 3 is good. And plus, they'll smoke that. See, I was just thinking, I got Indian tobacco, man. It's like, that's so rare. I mean, I could probably actually sell it in leaf form. I could probably sell the leaves. Because they use it for medicine. But some people probably would smoke it. Like, oh yeah, I smoke. They smoke, so it's like, so I can charge them quite a bit for it. Just thinking outside the box, I just had this terrible thing happen right now. Well, it wasn't real terrible, but I don't know if it's ever happened to you, but it's happened to me. I'm gonna say too many times, and that's when you open up a juice or something like that, or soda, or any kind of drink that has sugar in it, and it was too far back in the refrigerator, or you left it in the freezer, and you open it up, and let me see. I didn't even check. No, I'm good. But what happens is it sprays all over you. And not only that, because always open nice and slow. You learn your lesson. You start opening, when you open stuff like that, you open it real slow. So it's all spraying out, so I let it spray into the sink. And then I went to go drink it, and I said, it looks like liquid. But the part of it that stays liquid, I got to check that out too. Why is that? Okay, I think I know why it is, because of the chemicals. Well, sugar doesn't necessarily freeze that good when it's in water. Doesn't freeze as good. So I went to take a sip out of it, and it was like straight punch flavored. I don't even know if it's punch, but anyways, tropical flavor, whatever it was. Syrup. Ugh. That's one of the worst tasting things, man. It's cold, frozen cold, and just horrible. And so there goes $2 down the drain. Because you can't salvage it. Once all the sugar comes to the top like that, and all the carbonation is gone, and all the sugar goes to the top, you forget it. It's over with. Or actually, I would think that the sugar's at the bottom because it's heavier. The ice is at the top. Then when you pour it, then the sugar comes up to the top, and you just pouring like a syrup. Boy, it was nasty. I was just thinking about the money I lost. I'm like, oh man, I lost the money on this. It's just a waste, yeah. But the title today, yeah, you can see I got the zero up there. We breaking this box in midweek. We're gonna say the O explained. Well, I put the zero. It means the same as O. It's just in the United States. We use O instead of zero a lot of times. But to be professional, you can't use O. Or if you're ever doing something that's when on the other end it's going to be like a lot of money involved, like any kind of an account or something like that. So you ever call in, just to give you guys a tip. If you ever call in and you're reading off a credit card number, never say O. Never say O. Even if it's phone number, never say O or double O. Don't leave that. That's not professional. That's not proper when it comes to business. But we say O, and we mean zero. Zero O. People don't want to say the zero or the zero. They don't want to say the zero. They just want to say O. And it's not O. O is different from the zero. Zero or O. You have to have both of them. Because the O in our language, the English language, the O is a letter. It's not a number. It's not a number anyway. But we added it. We made it into a number. It's not really a number. So our number system actually is flawed, but it's made easier for us to understand. It's made easier for us to understand by adding the zero, by physically adding a zero. Because zero that is something that doesn't really exist as it exists. You can't have a zero something. If you have 0 eggs, man, I ain't got no eggs. Yeah, you got 0 eggs. No, I don't have 0 eggs. I would like to have 0 eggs. Who lays 0 eggs? The zero bird. So if the zero bird lays 0 eggs, yeah, now I got something to scramble up. Depends on how big those eggs are. The zero bird might he might have small eggs or something. But I like to always get into these debates, this crazy stuff. Man, I can do a whole comedy show on this stupid stuff that happens to me, like that little sugar incident. You know, I'll just make you guys laugh here. But yeah, I actually live. I live close to a geese geese runway. Hmm, I'm gonna call it a runway. I don't know what the hell it's. I don't know what the heck they call it anymore. I can't think right off the hand of what they call it. I know they call them they flocks, right? It's geese flocks. I don't know. I don't know shit about what you call it, a bunch of stuff like geese, goose. I don't know about all that shit, but I know they when they gather, right? So, um, I what I know specifically is they have migratory landings, the places where they land. Like they may have a migratory water spot that they land on, things of that nature. Right. So that's what I do know, but I don't know exactly what they call their migratory spots because I don't know if it's because migratory doesn't. I'm not as good with the animals when it comes to the technical stuff, like um, because they'll say because you could say breeding grounds sometimes. So sometimes it's breeding grounds, um, roosting area. It's just so many different things, you know, because you have the same thing because you have the eagles. So the eagles come here, and they have spots where they go and they roost, but it's a mating area. Well, it's a mating area where there's a lot of eagle fights and stuff like that. Not a whole lot, but it's enough. It's enough noise. They're not as loud. They're not the loudest bird. You know, because they don't believe in all that talking. You see what I mean? Eagles don't believe in a whole lot of talking. This eagle talks, but the eagles don't like to do a whole lot of talking about stuff. They quiet, but they fight anything. They're crazy, crazy birds, man. I never knew they was as crazy as they are when I seen one attacking a bear. Are you serious? A bear? Come on, eagle. Eagle, really? A bear? How much do bears weigh? 700, 800? How much does an eagle weigh? 8 pounds? 10? They look more than that. Whoa. We could even come outside. If eagles weighed, man, we couldn't come outside if eagles weighed 100 pounds. I mean, not without being fearful or just looking up or scared to come out the door. Especially if he's timing your ass to get to your car, it's over with. 100-pound eagle? You about to go up in the air, brother. Try to put that in perspective. Okay, so 10 times, 15 times. If you multiply everything out 15 times, so you might have talons that's already, okay, so you got, it's horrible to even think about, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, so the maximum length of a talon, let's say is an inch. I'm just doing that to keep you from getting too sick. So 1 inch talons, and you got to multiply those talons out, Surf Flame. Salute to Surf Flame. You got to multiply those talons out. If it's a 100-pound eagle, so now you got to multiply the talons out. So you got 1 inch talons. So you're talking, let's say 10 inch. Yeah, you catch me. Salute to Derek Bailey too. Yeah, you catch me all the time. Yeah, so you're looking at 10 inch talons. So 10 inch talons. It's a good thing, that things are that see man trick you and you think everything is growing and getting bigger and bigger. Man, can you imagine if we had 150-pound eagles? We couldn't go nowhere. You couldn't go nowhere. Your car, you're not even really safe. Think about it. In your car, you're not safe. And talking about shooting, he's flying too fast. You're gonna run out of bullets, and plus he's gonna wait on you anyway. When he feels you shooting, he's just gonna soar around because let's say for instance they hit a thermal and they're just up in the air in the first place, so they're up 300 feet in the air, and at that point they're up in the air 300 feet. So the bigger ones would be up there 1,500 feet, just cruising, waiting. You can't shoot that far. They'll just wait. And you ain't gonna get out the car and get nowhere. Yeah, harpy eagles are one of the largest eagles that they have left. Yeah, that's one of the largest ones they have left that they know of. Harpy eagles. Yeah, that's one of the largest ones that they have left. I forget the other one. They had another one. He just barely became extinct. Just barely became extinct. Wasn't extinct that long. There's another one. I think it was an Asian eagle somewhere. Oh, the Philippines got their eagle is pretty big. The Philippines eagle is pretty big too. Yeah. Don't worry about that, sir. I'm gonna read the rules out in a second, brother. That's for the ones that just don't know. So y'all got to know. I'm gonna go all the way down to the bottom though, cause Sir Flame starting some shit already. He said so. So was Spence afraid of that old school ass whooping? No, Spence probably was hurt in an accident and they just didn't examine him good enough. I'm glad they caught it though. He's just a beast. That's all. Earl fight through anything. Man. Because I seen a picture of his eye after the accident was all red around the iris and all that. Yeah, it's probably happened during the accident because he don't really get hit like that. He doesn't get hit all up in the face like that. If he does, he gets hit on the side of the head or something. He don't get hit all in the face like that. So I would suspect that it's an accident. They'll probably try to cover it if it's not. So we got to look past Earl for right now because we don't know if Earl is still a fighter because we didn't get the report. We didn't get the doctor's report, and also we got to realize, see, Earl is just a fighter, and when I say just a fighter, no disrespect, he's a fighter. His family is gonna have some say. So we got to eliminate Earl for right now. So I'm not really gonna concentrate on Earl. We're gonna talk about that too. We're just getting started and stuff like that because there's been careers. Sugar Ray Leonard had a detached retina. Matter of fact, God dang, a lot of the Sugar Ray Seals had two detached retinas. Who else? There's been other fighters that had the detached retinas and stuff, and some of them went on to still fight. Earl's is probably not fight related, so he'll probably be okay. And the advancements now that they have, they got real good advancements and stuff like that. So I don't know. But anyway, for you that are visiting Eagles Way of Boxing, Sir Flame says salute to Eagles Way of and salute to the chat. He said, and as always, he said, jab that like button. He said, oh, y'all neck. He said, don't get neck up in Eagles Way of Boxing. You got the fire up good, the 100 up with the glove up with those things. If you don't know what things is, come in and act up, and you will find out what things are. And we not talking about Dr. Seuss. We ain't talking about thing number one, thing number two. Even though he did put up thing number one and thing number two, but them things will come and get you, brother. I'm just letting you know. But Derek Beatty says salute at Eagles Way of Boxing, and Derek Beatty right, I catch eagles all the time, yeah, and they probably catch your ass back. I wouldn't mess with an eagle, man. Look, that glove, Derek, do you think I trust that glove, man? I am not good with certain animals. Yeah, my name is Eagle Face. I'm not good with certain animals. Certain animals I'm okay with. I'm probably better with horses. I'll probably be better with any animals on four legs. Stuff that flies, I probably could be good with an eagle, but I had to hatch that. I had to hatch his ass myself. You know what I mean? So he'll get used to getting the fist in the beak. Just so he know that fist in the beak is like, he'll be like, oh yeah, I gotta respect that fist in the beak. You know what I mean? I can't have like you can't introduce me to you know, your 5-year-old wild eagle that you've been raised, or 10-year-old eagle that you know, that you reared up. You can't introduce me to him and have me holding him and shit with that little leather glove on. Get out of here. He gonna edge up the glove and shit. You know what I mean? That's gonna be my luck. He's not gonna want to perch on the glove. He gonna try to perch on my shoulder and put them blades all in my system, all in my nerves and shit, and have me just sitting there frozen, looking like a big ass statue and shit. No, I'm good, brother. But Derek Bailey salute. Both of y'all salute each other out. Yeah, Derek Bailey hit me with the Harpy Eagles, and those are the largest. Yeah, but they got some that's, they may have one that's bigger. I know that's one of the biggest for sure, and that's a fact with my Derek Bailey right there. Surf Flame says, so. Oh, okay, you already got that. So you talking about Spence? Scared of the ass, but we're gonna talk about Spence. We're gonna talk about Spence. We're gonna talk about a couple other things. We early in right now. We got a lot of time, so we can blow a little bit of time just just chopping up. D-Lo 404, salute him that's up in here now. But we're gonna blow a little bit of time, yeah. But I just I get a lot of information on these. I love animals, man. So I get a lot of information on stuff sometimes, and I just come across videos and I'm like, and I find out how crazy eagles really are. It's like eagles they on a whole different level of predation. They're just like, they on that that status. You know what I mean? They on that, like, I don't care how big he is. They really with it though. They not like a little dude fighting a big dude. They really just don't. I mean, we still draw the line. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna have like a 95-pound dude fighting somebody who's 6'9", 350. He's just not gonna do it. But an eagle don't care. He don't care if it is an elephant. He trying to pull elephants off the ground. Come on, the elephant, man. It's like their eyesight. And they say, how they say how birds have the best eyesight. It's like eagles don't care about their eyesight. I don't care how big. I see how big he is. He's clear, but he's vulnerable right now. He's down on all four. Because when I seen that eagle attacking the grizzly bear, I'm like, that eagle is out of his damn mind, man. And then they had another one that was attacking the wolf. I'm like, and wolves ain't no joke either. The eagles just don't care. They like, I don't care. I'm going to kill him. Yeah, Derek Bailey said Harpy eagles get up to 20 pounds. That's a big-ass bird, man. You talking about 9 foot, 10 foot wingspan. We actually have one of the biggest birds out here in the United States. We have one of the biggest birds, not just here in California, but as far as wingspan, they're not predatory birds for the most part. They will kill, but they're not predatory, and that is the condors. If you ever seen condors with that wingspan, man, you'll just look up at them, just going up into the sky. You'll just look at them, just circling around. It's mesmerizing, man. People talk about fish. I think, to me, like a fish tank is supposed to be real calming. I think watching like the predatory birds, the great birds, I think that's more relaxing than watching fish to me, because I can watch them all day. It's like going up in the air. You gotta look up to see them, but still, man, just to watch them glide like nothing, like I'm doing some shit you can't do. Fish. Only thing fish can do that you can't do is stay underwater forever and live. You can't. Cause your dumb ass gonna drown. Yeah. Derek said I caught 4 or 5 of those eagles. Yeah. Okay, 4 or 5 harpies. You caught 4 or 5 harpies. What you do with them? You got any feathers? Send me the feathers, man. Yeah, Derek said, of course there's always larger eagles. Yeah, I detached retinas, nothing to play with. There's a life after boxing. That's true. And do they want him to be, does he want to be, does he need the money so bad, to risk, eyesight in one eye to be with his family? I mean, of course. I don't even know how they just noticed. They must have noticed it during sparring or something. Or he might always, because a lot of times, see, guys, this is one thing about guys, is guys really don't give a damn about stuff. They just take life. A real man just takes life, which is bad sometimes, because you're raised with that old school mentality. And when you're raised with that old school mentality, you don't get checkups, you don't care, you just like, whatever happened, I'm a man, I got to go out like a man, but take care of yourself, man, because you can't be here longer. You don't have to, risk everything. And I'm saying that, I'm probably one of the worst ones when it comes to it, but I'm still just telling. At least I'm telling you what you should do, versus what I do. Because I was raised the same way. I raised, we take care of ourselves, but whatever it is, I don't trust certain people telling me stuff about my health. Like, how you don't even know me like that? Did you see me once every 2 years, 5 years? You know about my health, man? Get out of here. You don't know shit about my health. You've been watching. You should have sent me a dietitian to feed me what I need to eat. I need me a good vegan dietitian that knows how to or cook. A chef, a vegan chef that knows how to cook with my ingredients that I eat. That's what I need. I need a girl like that. So any girls out there that you paying attention, yeah. If you're a great vegan chef, we could talk. At least we could talk about doing certain stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Abner Mars, yeah. My man on Showtime had a detached retina, yeah. Yeah, they ain't shit to play with, man. You don't play with that. Yep. Sir Flame say facts at Derek Bailey. You're right, don't play with that. Don't play with that, man. Yeah, but we got all the news out the last week, right? We was talking about how Texas got all those medals and stuff. How they would have been 20th. We're not going to talk about the Olympics. I was just saying that, so we still got a lot of positive stuff. I just wanted to bring that up for the USA. We still got a lot of positive things going on in the United States of America. So I'm not going to I don't ever really throw the country itself, the labeled country. I don't really throw them underneath the bus. But what I do is I do explain to people, and I do keep it in context. And a lot of people don't like to hear me say it, but I say it anyway. Is I say that the USA is an occupied land. I say that all the time, and a lot of people don't like that. They don't like to hear that. I said, yeah, but you can't take land. You don't have a big enough vessel to take the United States somewhere else. What you gonna leave behind? How far down do you got to dig in order to pull the whole everything? So you got to leave a crater. How big is the crater has to be? You got to fill it up. You can't let it fill in with water. Just think about that. If you could pull it out, if you could pull the United States out and pull it over to Europe or something, how big of a crater would you leave? Would the ocean go in there and just be a new ocean? Or what would happen? I just like to throw little stuff out there to make people think, because people are not great thinkers and stuff. They don't look at stuff at one level. That's why in here we always take stuff and we look at it as grown folks, and we go up to another level that other people are not going to take. A lot of the shows, if you go to another show, they're not going to be on the same level that you guys are on. And you guys are in such a small chat, and you guys are on a way higher level when it comes to keeping ahead of the events. We don't even have to pay attention to the events a lot of times, because it's like we're already way ahead. Like Canelo's pulling this, like we look at like trends, we'll look at patterns. And so when we look at a pattern of a fighter or something like that, say, yeah, you a habitual ducker, you ain't gonna do shit. And when we get you on certain levels, we know where you're at. And in here we have a lot of different labels. We got trolls, we got fraudulent fighters, but and I hardly even pull any of these pages up, right, Derek Bailey? But I got the complexion fighters, the ones that get protected, brittle chin fighters, exhibition fighters. You see, if you guys realize, we've been doing this. Sheep in lion's clothing. We've been doing this for a long time, man. I'm just reading. I'm scrolling through. We got the new Hall of Famers. We got all kinds of deceivers in boxing, crow biters. Man, we got all kinds of stuff, man. I'm just looking through it right now, just looking at some of the, I even got the bus run over. We got so much stuff. Top of the mountain champs. Got the old school champs, Larry Holmes type champs. Yeah. Class clown fighters. We got the stop running. Everybody know we got the chicken. We got so much shit. I don't put it up because you guys get enough laughs in here in the first place. So I don't know. You guys will find something to laugh about. Yeah. And we got the carnivores versus the beef broth versus duck soup. So we cover all the stuff. And those little titles, what a lot of people don't understand because they don't come and watch Eagles Web Boxing, is What kind of title is that? Or what does that mean? You don't know until you come in. Once you come in, then you get it. Oh, see, I see what you guys saying now. Yeah, I called Tyson Fury a fraud a long time ago. He was already on our fraud list. We know what was up with him. Canelo, nobody wanted to put Canelo on the fraud list. I told him, I said, put Canelo on the fraud list. Sean Porter, suspect personality. I told y'all, put him on there. I could tell the phonies. Danny Garcia, he's kind of. I think people more or less swayed Danny Garcia into being more phony than what because he's not real extra phony, but they kind of persuaded him into it. And Keith he's just out there. I don't know what to call Keith anymore. He's part-time troll, part-time, what do they call it? A meme, part-time. What do you call it? A stand-in? He's like a stand-in. People. Sometimes you see people on different shows like they don't never say nothing, but you always see him. That's Keith. Yeah. But let's get it. This. Yeah. Derek Basie, I'm going to show you. I'm going to send you a video of me with 4 or 5 different eagles. There you go. What show me, brother? I just don't mess with eagles like that, man. Like I said, I gotta raise him up, man. I don't. Nah. I've seen wild animals go too wild, man. Look. I'm not out there enough. If I get when I'm out there, it's different. Then I can handle them better. But I haven't been like out in nature, like living out there. I gotta be out there for years. You know what I mean? If I'm out there, it's different, brother. But I'm in the city like everybody else, man. I don't trust my city ass out there because there's rules out in the woods, man, out in the forest, out in the jungle. There's rules, and I still know the rules. And plus, I'm gonna have a guide with me anyway if I go back out there. We're quiet, we're walking, we ain't camouflaged up and nothing like that, but we making sure that we done took a good bath and we done rinsed off, and used some baking soda or something like that and neutralized our smell and everything like that. We ain't wearing no colognes and stuff like that, like people wearing all deodorant and colognes out in the woods, making all kinds of noise and talking. No, we trying to fit in with the environment slowly. We're not hiking like 10 miles in a day and nothing like that. We hiking a couple of miles, few miles in a day, so they can get used to us being around. There's always something that you got to recognize when you're out there. You don't just go flying and flooding all out in the forest. That's how you end up missing or getting attacked, and then they try to lie on the news why you got attacked. It's like, oh yeah, what he's on the bike trail. Well, that bike trail was never approved by the animals out in the woods in the first place. The bike trail, just because you made a bike trail, doesn't mean it was approved. The animals hate your bike trail. They've been waiting for the one person that came through on the bike by themselves, especially out here. The lions out here, they waiting for your ass. You know what I mean? You got a place called the Lions. You know what the hell you think live there? I got a place just right down the street that's called the Lions. That's the name of the town, the Lions. If you do the translation, it's like what do you think is in the mountains if the place is called the Lions? And then you're gonna go making trails through there like nothing. See, the thing is, the disconnect is that we've always did stuff to nature and without their approval. You think because you're a man that you just do shit, and you got to get nature's approval to do shit. You don't just start fencing up the forest and shit like that. It don't work like that. You take a little bit of land at a time. You push the animals back, but you don't take hundreds of thousands of acres and think that the animals ain't gonna fight back or come back and see you. It's just dumb, man. And I'm saying, maybe I speak differently than a lot of people, but I speak from just knowing that things work a certain way, man. There's a certain order that's not ever going to be restored with the way that we act. It's just not going to be restored. See? And that's why it's hard for me to get back with the animals, because I try to get back with animals. Guess what? They're viewing me like they're viewing the ones that take up thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions of acres. They're looking at me like them. Like, oh, he's still the same. He smelled different. He kind of reminds me of his great-great-great-grandfather, but I don't know. I've heard about his kind. They still I'm not gonna get attacked. I'm not gonna get attacked like that. Because I'm not being disrespectful. Just riding bikes all through the woods. Like, oh yeah, just riding bikes through there, getting shape, exercise, well, on the phone and all that. You're supposed to get your dumb ass attacked. Oh, oh, it's horrible. The lions are attacking out in the woods. You gotta go kill all of them. Fucking stupid. Yeah, don't get Eagle started on that. Derek Bay said Eagle's grip is 5 times stronger than the man's. Oh shit. Maybe stronger than that. Yeah, they got to put that down for us. But D'Lo got his thumbs up out there. So, okay, Derek Bay said I seen one while leaving the base out there in CA. Yep. Oh, okay, Derek Bay said I let them go. Oh, you mean they must have been, was they hurt or something? So tell me, you got to tell me the story about your Eagles. Well, Frazier was blind in one eye when he was fighting Ali, and that's because his face was swollen. I know that because Derek Bates said, yeah, they said that Frazier was blind in one eye while he was fighting. That's why they stopped it too, because Frazier is so crazy. See, Frazier like an eagle. I can say Smoking Joe was like a eagle because he said, "Oh, just call out the shots." He wanted to fight that bad. He's like, "Call out the shots." Like right hook, left hook. He's like, "Tell me what to hit him with." But Derek Bates said, "I agree, eagle." Plus, now when you go to the doctor, they don't even put hands on you. They just interview you. Okay, well, you must have this. I don't think Abner has fought since. He's supposed to have been coming back, though. Because I always hear him talk about it when they're doing the commentary. They always talk about him coming back. But anyway, the worst part is healthy food is more expensive, which is ass backwards. You say we're an unhealthy country, but yeah. But you're going to make everything expensive. The shit that you need. And you know what? And that is done by design. And I'm sorry, somebody's going to hate and get mad. That is done by design. Because, let me explain something to you. This ain't even an explanation. But let me put it to you like this. More or less a question. So, there's a farmer who, he farms, say for instance, let me see. Let's do beans. Just regular old beans, like beans. So he does beans. He grows beans, right? So you go to pick up some beans in the store. Just think about how easy is it to pull some beans off a bush, rinse them off, or you don't even have to rinse them off and just sell them. How easy is that? Right. But when you go to the store, you go look for them. It's like, God dang, I can't believe it, man. Beans are for what? $3.99, $4.99 a pound. And I know people love the fresh, I forget what they call them. Are they snap beans? Y'all know what I'm talking about. You seen your grandmother cracking them shits. You feel me? They're real long. They're like this long, and they're thick. And you cut the ends off, and you just crack them like crack. And you see them on the porch cracking that shit, throwing it in a bucket. Yeah, but those cost like arm and leg. But then you go get a whole bag of potato chips or something like that, something that's been processed and it costs way more money to make. Way more money, because you got to go through the potatoes. They have to be peeled. They still got to go through the same process. Potatoes have to come in, have to be washed, peeled, and all that. So Derek Bay makes a good point. Is why is food, like our regular food that we should be eating, why is that so much more expensive? You make it so easy. Even sometimes you get frozen dinners and all that shit. $3, $4. Like, wait a minute, that's a whole meal? But it's going to cost me $20, $30, $40, $50, $60 to create a meal. I can just get that. Or I'll just get that for the family. I got a family of 5, $3, $4 times 5. What's that? $15 to $20. I feed the whole family for a night. But what are you feeding them? All kinds of chemicals and everything else. You don't know what's up in there. Just go on and invest and just cook a big ass meal cook your best meal that everybody loves, and everybody loves the leftovers of it. So that way you don't have to eat it the next day, but you can still eat it the day after or the day after that. But then again, if somebody wants it, then you can cook a smaller meal. Say, I'm going to just eat last night's dinner, because sometimes I know that food is so delicious when certain people make, what you like, that you can keep eating it. Like my mom would make like the bread and stuff like that. I used to love that. Oh shit, the Phantoms are back, y'all. Hey Derek, you know the Phantom Trolls are back. You see that? And I like to explain stuff a certain way because it's just another perspective, another side where you can look at it in one side and you can decide that if it makes sense or not. I'm gonna just throw this out there real quick because I always think when they say certain stuff. So more or less every continent, for the most part, and whether they shared this with you or didn't share it with you, all the continents have pyramids. And so I just throw it out and say, well, yeah, that's true. But again, who made all the pyramids? But then again, let's go this one more time. Who the hell cares about who made all the pyramids? Did the Egyptians really make the pyramids? I kind of doubt that. But what were they? Anytime we have something tall like that, and they're common, there must be a common use. Were they ever connected? That's another one. Well, did the materials on top of them ever connect the pyramids? I'm just throwing some stuff out there for y'all. Make y'all think. Because I love my chef. I love my chat because I got adults in here. They all think. And so also, what do we have in common today? No matter what country you go to, our houses pretty much common. No matter what country you go to, our houses pretty much like common. I didn't say 100% the same. Well, how could that be? And you're so far away from everybody. Did somebody decide like, okay, this is how we're gonna build houses and stuff? Who was the first architect to design all these houses? Who designed all these? Who decided to put up 4 walls? Why not 3 walls? Why not 6 walls? Isn't 6 walls is actually stronger than 4 walls, right? There's a lot of different things if you think about it, but it's always 4 walls, square room. So why? And most houses, for the most part, no matter where you go, they're going to be the same. They're going to be square or circular. Well, first of all, square is the most important. And when it comes to architecture, it comes to drafting, square is the most important surface or object, square. So square, you make everything off of a square. And don't argue with me. Even a circle you make off of a square. So when it comes to design, even if you do like CAD designs or whatever, you gotta, do certain arcs off of this. Everything comes off of that square. All designs come from a square, which you wouldn't think. You would think come off of something else, yeah, but all design, even the rectangle comes off of a square. Triangle comes off of a square. It still comes off of a square. Sorry. Because any angle triangle that you make, it could be put inside of a square. A lot more comfortable than a square could be put inside of anything else. Everything can fit inside of a square. Triangles can fit inside of a square. Rectangles, circles, all that can fit inside of a square. But squares, on the other hand, do not fit inside all these other objects as well, without leaving so much left over. Okay. Anyway, enough on that. I just want y'all to think, because there's pyramids everywhere. So who put them up? Who cares? But they had something in common, so that means, in other words, so if you look at it like this, in other words, the people are in touch. Somehow, the people were in touch. So no matter what kind of excuse we make up, that we are in touch, or we always have been in touch. Yeah. Yeah, but Sir Flame said the worst part is healthy food is more expensive, is where I left off at. Yeah. It's all backwards, man. You're right. You can get full of McDonald's or Taco Bell. Hell yeah, they put that throw that 99-cent seller quick. Who's in charge of those? Who's the founder of those companies? Find out who's the founder. Who really runs those companies? Be honest. If you guys think that there's a actual entity, man or woman behind those companies, you better search again. You're not gonna find the real answer. But if you think the company's built up in somebody's garage and they done took over today, all these companies they talk about that took over in a garage or they started inventing in the garage, get that shit out your system. Stop it. That's a setup story for you to go, oh yeah, he started off in the garage. Now he's a triple. He's worth $900 billion now. You should have been able to do the same thing. You got a lot of garage startups, but they don't go nowhere. They stay so small. They might have the highest technology. They don't go very far. We have a lot of them here. They're always hiring. But they're not going nowhere. Why? Better technology and everything else. They should be able to have a platform. You got YouTube, you got so many different platforms, but it costs them too much money to put out commercials because they're just a small startup. Why? They should be bigger. Who chooses who's big for us? I don't need nobody choosing who's going to be big for me. If there's a better computer, a better phone that is not one of the mainstream phones, let me know about it. Let me use it. I want that company. I don't want these other companies. For what? Look at Derek say, I don't like to mess with horses. Horses ain't no joke. Hey, Derek, you know, I seen this thing where a horse actually jumped in the air. I don't know. A guy was holding him by the reins, right? He jumped in the air. The guy was on the side. Another guy was in the back on the side of him. He jumped up and actually kicked the guy. He gave the guy a kick. I'm like, he did a jumping kick and knocked the guy out. I'm like, are you kidding? So he did a martial arts kick on the guy. I'm like, he must have hated that guy. And animals know who to hate. And one animal that really knows how to when to hate you. If you ever done something, even if you thought he didn't see you, he smelled you, and he felt your vibrations. It's the biggest animal that walks on the earth, and that's an elephant. An elephant will murderize you if he knew you did something against him. Just letting you know. Yeah, you're right though, sir. Sir said he said you get a full meal and a drink for $5. Can't even get a salad for that. Hell no. And if you notice, even there, it does fast foods. Even there, when you do want that side salad, what are you getting? Look at your side salad. Would you like salads or fries? Of course you're gonna want fries. When you see the salad, like really like yellow lettuce and half a tomato, not half a slice of tomato, and probably a dressing that's full of nothing but sugar. The dressing you get for it. You got to choke that dry ass salad down. It's cold, dry. It ain't room temperature. It ain't just crisp because we don't have these in homes. Most time people don't have these refrigerators that's big enough to be in the home. But your refrigerator at home, and they're not gonna. And see, don't get mad at Eco because I'm just gonna tell you all about it. You got 3 compartments in your refrigerator, right? A lot of people don't know that. You're supposed to have 3 compartments. And actually, you're supposed to have 4 compartments, just to let you know. And they don't really have them. 4 compartments. I'll tell you, number 1, and it's not number 1. It's not in no certain order. So you're supposed to have a freezer, right? And then you're supposed to have a refrigerator. The refrigerator is for keeping like juice and stuff like that, cold water, and also keeping your leftovers at the proper temperature. Now, you're supposed to have another section. That's number 2, right? You're supposed to have a section for vegetables. Now, vegetables can't be in the same refrigerator that you have leftovers because vegetables will start to go bad. It ruins vegetables if you get too cold. So vegetables have a certain temperature. And also your dairy products, like your milk and stuff, they have a certain temperature. Can't have milk at damn near freezing. No. So those are the 4 sections you're supposed to have. Why don't they have them? They do have three, but they haven't figured out, or they haven't made a refrigerator that you can have in your home that has at least three sections. One for the frozen, one for the leftovers, and one for the vegetables. They usually have down at the bottom of the refrigerator, you got a section for your vegetables, but it's never the right temperature. You always have something down there. They make it to where it doesn't get as cold down there, but it still doesn't work. And they might have a layer of plastic, like a plastic shelf at the bottom, maybe a couple of drawers down there, a couple of little bins that go into your refrigerator, but that's not proper. And that's another thing, and it's not nothing to do with the conspiracy, that's another thing that keeps people from getting vegetables a lot of times. So, damn, every time I get fresh vegetables, they go bad. Yeah, because you don't have the proper refrigerator. Your refrigerator is way too cold. See, people don't think about that. Yep. But see, grown folks know how it is, man. Yeah. But so Sir Flame, keep your ass out of McDonald's. He getting all happy and shit when he talking about, yeah, you get that McDonald's and shit, Taco Bell. He like, you get the drink. He thinking about it right now. His mouth probably watering right now, D-Lo. Sir Flame mouth watering right now. He like, damn, I need to get out there. Man, shit, equal them got me hungry. Yeah. But be good, man. The horses like you, Derek. Don't worry about it. If eagles like you, horses gotta like you. Derek Bay said, yeah, no lotion up deodorant. No. We don't even, and plus we don't do that even like when we go to our medical center or anything. We don't, like we go to drum class or singing and just being around each other. We don't wear all that cover up shit. We just are natural, whatever we smell like. A natural, human smell. It don't mean you stink. I mean, who, you know what I'm saying? Those things were made for certain occasions and stuff, and we didn't use like alcohol perfume. Anyway, we used stuff that was from nature, and it was for like special occasions and stuff. So everybody knows it's a special occasion when you have certain fragrances and stuff. You smell certain lavenders, and you smell, or you see something, special garments like down there in the South. They use the indigo, which doesn't grow everywhere. That's a blue, what they use for dye. And so certain stuff that we use is ceremonial because we use everything we take everything for granted now. So we use everything, even stuff that we use for celebration, we use it for everything. Because even when I was growing up, they used to have candles. It's like that was for something special. Like candles was for a cake. Now people just use so now they just got candles. People got candles all throughout their house now. So it doesn't have to be anything special. It's not for your altar or nothing. Just this candles. Oh yeah, just go buy these candles and buy these fragrances and do this. It's like no special, nothing special. See, now we can talk about that, but this is part of grown folks chat. What does that got to do with y'all see my haters came in. My haters finally came back. We're gonna start giving them thumbs down again. Fuck him. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna use my language, man. I'm not saying anything foul. But when you come in here and do that, man, we know how weak you are. If you sign in just to put a thumbs down, we know where you are. You're not childish. You're very weak, man. Your mind is extremely weak. And if I know you, that means your mind is even weaker because you couldn't come to me and holler at me and talk to me. You just went straight and straight FAG mode. Yep. Everybody said, yeah, I've seen quite a few videos of bears chasing people on bikes. Yeah, bears, they tired of you, man. You got all the land and shit. See, bears even fight back. All the animals fight back. Yeah. Derek said, I remember Abner was going to fight Tank. Let's see it. Yeah. But D-Lo says that the unhealthy foods drive up the medical costs. But they're all tied. Bad food is connected with medicine. And all that stuff's connected, brother. It's all connected. It's just when we unconnect ourselves from that, they try to get you back in. Let you pull yourself out of that. Tell your doctor that you don't eat no meat at all. Tell him you don't eat no dairy and no meat and see what he says. Guarantee he's going to talk about, well, how you getting your protein? Oh, no, you tell him that you eat lettuce for protein. He going to be like, oh, no, you're going to have to at least eat some meat. I guarantee he's going to try to put you back on meat. 100% guarantee. Listen to what I'm saying. Just do your own test and find out why they feel like something like that is so important. That your meat is so important. Yeah. There you go. D'Lo says shelling snap beans, string beans, and peas with grandma in the living room. He said it was an event. He said foot tubs everywhere. See, D'Lo know what the hell I'm talking about. See, a lot of retarded people act like they never. And I feel bad for you guys because D'Lo know he old enough. D'Lo's like what? D'Lo in his 40s, I think. He's in late 30s or 40s, something like that, or maybe he's younger. I don't know. But the tradition is there. He knows like you go out there and soak these or do that, whatever. He remembers that. A lot of people don't know what a black pan is. They don't know what the hell a black pan is. Are you kidding me? A black pan is a weapon. A black pan is a storyteller. A black pan fed your great-great-grandfather. If it's still in the family, it fed your great-great-grandfather. And guess what? It fed your grandfather, it fed your father, and it feeds you. And believe it or not, you eating some of the food that your great-grandfather ate. Some of the particles and stuff are still in that pan. You tasting what he tasted. Y'all just don't understand. Maybe I'm too... maybe my spirit is just way too ancient for you guys. But I see where I'm at, and I know where I've been. And in a lot of cases, I like where I've been a lot better than where I'm at. For far as like the heart comfort and stuff like that, knowing that somebody got your back. It's nothing like being a baby this when you're dependent on your parents and you know your parents don't take no shit. You know your mom and dad's both was not because they were both athletes, but they whoop some ass, and that's all you needed. It's nothing like that kind of a feeling. But then when you grow out of that, you have to be all independent. Now you got to be the one whooping some ass or whatever. But then you get past the point of that where who got your back? See, there's levels all over the place. There's so many different levels, and that is in. So I said late 30s. Yeah, okay. So he's 40. So D'Lo's 40, and see D'Lo understands this shit. See, and D'Lo's actually at a baby age where I think where I call people babies. You know, like I'm 100 years old. I'm not 100 yet. I'll be 100 tomorrow, but he's at a point. He's had the base, a good base with his family, to where he knows what I'm talking about. That you guys are getting the end of the story, and I'm not saying anybody in particular in this chat, but you're getting the end of the story to where he's saying that basically what he's saying is we should do stuff as a family. He's letting you know that even the cooking, before you got to the cooking process, he said you was doing the snap, what he said, the beans, the snap peas and beans. He said you was doing that. He said that's a family thing that you know, I miss that. I wouldn't mind rolling up my pants legs and sitting on the porch doing it. You know, and somebody else gonna do the rinsing, somebody gonna do the cooking or whatever. That's the whole thing. Remember, I told you guys this before, that the dinner table brings everybody together. There's no wars or nothing like that. That's all bullshit. There's no wars. If you share food, there's no war. It's simple. It's Eagle's simple solution. When you share food, there's no wars. If you share your pineapples with me and I share my cherries with you, and somebody else shares their grapes and peaches and all that, and then we share the different spices and everything else, who's fighting? You sitting there licking your finger. Who made that shit? That's some good ass shit right there, D-Lo. Where'd you get that from? You chewing your damn fingers off. Because the table is the most important thing, and we got away from it. We disrespect the table in such a manner. The table is so important, but that's one thing they took out of society, to not let you know. And I see my queen down there, Lala D down there. She came in before I finished up. She said her son there. She got my hearts up there. She forgot my other 2 crowns. That's cool, because I got a bunch of hearts. I got that love. Yeah. But they disrespect the dinner table so widely that it's not even disrespect to the dinner table anymore. Where people excuse themselves from the dinner table, they don't. They make tables, but look at how many families have tables. Most people only in mansions have tables now. You got some. Most times you go in somebody's house, they got a little small dinner table. Sometimes if they still got a family, they might have a big dinner table. They might not even have all the chairs up there. Uh, Everybody won't sit at the table, and that started. The way they started drawing people away from the dinner table was with television. That was first. But now the television is still a big tool to drag you away from it. But now the restaurants drag you away from the table, and all kinds of other things drag you away from the table. So now you're not interested in the table. You're gonna throw like a something that was microwavable on the table. That's disrespect to that table, especially if that table's been in the family. That table knows what a real meal is. And you think that I'm thinking that tables have intelligence? No, you have to understand that your breath and essence don't go nowhere. All the breathing and talking that I'm doing is gonna stay here. It's not going nowhere. It's not really sorry. It's not going nowhere. You want it to go somewhere, but it's not. It will vibrate and resonate forever. Until there's no existence here, it will. There's no measurement tool where you can measure the lowest amount of sound. There's none. Your parents, if they're not here, or your grandparents aren't here, their voice is still here. And that's something I don't even want to get all up into it. But that table is very important. But it's been looked over so much that people don't look at it like, oh, hey, I'm not gonna eat. What you mean not gonna? And see, the reason you say you're not gonna eat because there's no deliciousness there. But I guarantee you get Lala D together, you get a lot of girls together that can throw down in that kitchen. Your ass ain't gonna miss that table. Me and D-Lo ain't gonna miss that table. I don't think Derek Betty gonna miss that table. I don't know about Sir Flame. Sir Flame might be on his way to McDonald's. But me and D-Lo gonna be at that damn table. I'm gonna have to sit opposite of him. Cause I'm gonna be elbowing the shit out of him. Man, get your ass out that bread. It's gonna be problems if me and D-Lo sit on the same side of the table. I know that. It's gonna be problems. So we're gonna have to be on opposite sides. But they took the table away from us. Like, no, y'all don't need no table. We got you. Denny's got you. Carol's got you. What y'all name some of them. Who got you now? Cracker Barrel got you. White Castle got you. Name all of them. Carl Jr., Hardee's. All got you. Everybody got you. They got you away from that table, man. And see, the table, when I said that, it's not just dinner there. There's talk. There's dessert. There's drink for those that can drink. And then there's talk. And that table keeps you from stressing out too. That dinner table, it keeps you from stressing out because now you've invented from work. Oh, these motherfuckers over at work. So you can talk like that at the table. Yeah. And everybody calm you down. You just start laughing before you go to bed. See, that laughter puts you in that being stuffed with that itis and shit. And that's what lulls you to, make you more relaxed and you can go to sleep. And I'm just talking on the family level and just on a realistic level. I'm not talking about anything that's religious or nothing like that. Just the spirit of doing that takes a lot of stress out of your life. See, and I know, yeah, we got off of what we was talking about, but I got such a quick tongue. We go through the subject so fast, but you guys engaged in the conversation, so why not? So we get into it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, Lala D said she can't really type. He said we got her. But she said a couple of y'all said something to y'all. Derek said, yeah. He said field peas. He said snap peas. Okay, Dito, so 4-1. Yeah. Oh yeah, Derek Ray said they always become amazed when you reverse an illness naturally. Well, I tell my doctor what I do. I tell him I'm gonna use my herbs. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Yep. Derek said I've seen horses kick people. Scared of horses, yeah. Yeah, horses can't kill you, but can't get funding. Yep. The AMA, probably. I don't know. I'm just telling you, man. If you look at them, they are not what you think they are. They're not what you think they are. These companies are not owned. Apples and all that. Google, they're not owned for. I don't care who said they came up with it. Facebook, all that. They don't believe that bullshit. No. Forums don't work like that. You don't all of a sudden have a forum that everybody that takes over. Who you think coming up with all this other Twitch and TikTok? Who you think's coming up with all that shit, huh? Let your ass come up with a form. If you think it's that easy, you got the technology. Just come up with one. See how many people was allowed to be on there. You're gonna get monitored and everything else. They're gonna run your ass off. They're gonna run you up out of there. Yeah. But Law D says she's listening, but she can't really type. Yeah, well, you can't really type. You did a pretty good job, Queen. Everybody said, have you seen Chris Brown lately? He hasn't been on Marlo's Corner in a minute. Oh, okay, she's talking. Okay, at Lala D. I didn't see the at Lala D until the end, man. My bad. Let's see if Derek. Oh, D-Lo 404 on the cell phone playing games at the table. Yeah. Slap that shit out their hand, D-Lo. Tell them have a box for that shit. If they come to your table with anything, I don't give. I got an important phone call. Well, you don't need to be eating today then. Get your ass up out of here. Have a little shelf. Put your cell phones on this shelf or put that shit, turn them shits off, put them in your pocket. Leave them outside. Lala D said to Cynthia, she said we were taught that it was rude to sing or rap while eating at the table. We wouldn't get in trouble, but we knew it wasn't approved. Yeah. Yeah, you don't necessarily, it wasn't about always getting disciplined, because sometimes you could, as a kid, you could get away with doing a lot of dumb shit at the table. And a lot of times you would get checked. Like, if everybody was there, say for instance, all the elders was there, your mom and all that, then you get checked. Or a lot of times the grandparents, just because they're older, they're like, oh, let them go ahead and sing or whatever. But you could, after the meal, you could sit at the table and do a little bit. You couldn't play and do real dumb shit, but you could sing, maybe tell a story or something like that. But, you always want to get those stories. I only remember half the stories. I was a baby, you know what I mean? They took the table away from us early in life, because everybody grew up in here. You guys, probably nobody's past the 70s. That's when they could start. And it came out before that, but they had a thing called TV dinner. It was a TV dinner. And I used to like to get TV dinners when I was in the military. Hell yeah. You couldn't get them all the time because they had us stuck in the military. They had us on them. They had us on those meals ready, prepared. Ready individual. Is that what they call it? Meals ready individual. They had that shit for us. They just throw you 5 or 6 of them. Get your ass out of here. Brown bag, brown plastic, hermetically sealed, vacuum packed bag. They throw you a couple of those. That's how you eat. So they really take the table away from your ass in the service. And plus they run you away from the table too. So people that's in the service ain't used to staying. Once you get out, you're not really used to the table no more. You got to condition yourself to learn how to even sit at a table again. Because when you're in the military, they just run your ass away from the table. Herb, eat your shit. Get out of here. 2 minutes to eat. Scarfing and shit and running. I just never piled my plate up in the military because I eat too slow. I lost a lot of damn weight. Until I got away from an area where I had to eat fast, where I can just go in there and just be leisurely, like I sit my ass down. I can stay in here an hour if I want to. I'm not doing no kind of training camps though. Ooh, definitely not basic and not any kind of training. They're gonna run your ass up out of there. Yeah. Yep. That's right. Derek Begg said exactly at D-Lo 404. A lot of D said Derek Begg. He said, oh my God, I was looking for him too. And King dies. Okay, she's talking to Derek. Okay, my bad. Yeah, I haven't seen him either. And that's back to there. D-Lo said, yes, sir. And then Lala D, back to Derek. And then they having their own conversation. Let me read through. Okay, D-Lo talking to everybody. Thanks for sharing with all of us, D-Lo. Got these two having their own little personal conversation up in Eagles. Where, anyway, D-Lo 404 said, he said the butter beans and black eyed peas. He said, I used to go pick them with grandma as well. There you go. That's how you do, my brother. That's what you do. I seen a horse kick a pit bull to another state. Horses, they no joke when it comes to kicking, man. I wouldn't want to get kicked by one of them either, man. They could kill you or severely injure you for like a long ass time kicking you. But you ain't got no business being kicked by no horse. You know, that's why you gotta. The horse doesn't owe you shit. See, that's what people always think when something terrible happens, like the guy got mauled by the tiger. That tiger didn't owe you nothing. That tiger is surprised he didn't eat or maul your ass earlier. He was already mad. You controlling him with whips and shit, telling him what to do. He like, this little fag, I'm going to take his ass out. And I'm not mentioning anybody like the one that actually happened. I'm just saying, I'm bringing up an instance. So it is not what you think it is. It's not that exact instance. But I could use any animal. I could use lion, tiger, whatever. Bears. When they start mauling your dumb ass, it's because they supposed to have mauled you. They supposed to have mauled you because you was already out of the realm of handling them in the first place. You was handling them wrong in the first place. You just wasn't thinking you was handling them wrong, but yes, you was definitely handling them wrong. Not in the right manner. Just because you threw him a couple of steaks, that you don't own him. Because you think you broke his will. Because animals can get on that that mode faster than you think they will. And you did not rear that animal from a baby. And see, that's why people, oh, this animal, he had him when he was a cub. He went out in the wild. Oh, you see how he acts when he sees him again in the wild? Of course he's not going to attack you. They act like that's some kind of a miracle. You don't attack parents. Even animals know that. Even if they can kill the parent, they don't attack parents. You see, the whole natural way the things go, people take that all out of order, man. I get tired of trying to, not reverse. It's almost like I'm doing reverse engineering. You know what I mean? I'm doing reverse programming. So I got to reverse the program by talking. I got to reverse the program that has been put up on us. And hopefully it helps. Hopefully people understand what I'm saying. Okay, let me keep on going. Yes, sir, Derek, baby. Okay, that was D-Lo. Yeah, D-Lo. Yeah. Derek says something. Do you believe the so-called conspiracy theory that this technology today comes from fallen angels? That actually some, not all, proof of it back in the Nazi days. Okay, Helena Blavatsky. I don't believe anything that they say. They bring up all these things. They know what it is. Okay, so without getting myself in any kind of trouble or getting shut down or something stupid, because this is still YouTube, this is grown folks chat. I'm going to put it to you like this. A lot of before you got here, I was mentioning that the one thing that's a commonality to all the continents is pyramids. So, for sure, I can be pretty much sure, I'm not going to say 100, but you read through it how you will, that within parts of these pyramids lies information. Lies information about things that are more advanced than we have today. And if it's in one pyramid, and pyramids are common all over the different continents, then there was some type of an order. Think about it, it has to be. Because right now there's an order. Think about it. You guys have to really think about what's going on. There's no difference from the other day. The sun is just rise. There's no time. Sun is rising and you're looking at it where somebody might not be here anymore. They're not looking at the sun anymore. And that's the only difference. Is that some point information was closed off and things like certain pyramids were allowed to be overgrown by bushes and everything else or disappeared, and people think that the civilization disappeared. No, the civilization is still here because I dance with Azteca dancers. they're still here, or they still claim to be here. Okay, so that's fake. Um, right now, the whole earth is being put on, watch. Being put on some type of probation. You're being put on oxygen probation, and when I know the Creator said that you have to breathe because your life and breath are synonymous. So a lot of information may not be here or may just be sealed. It has not a damn thing to do with Pandora's box. And they tell you where they got the Ark of Covenants and stuff like that. But how do we know that these so-called structures of ancients don't hold those secrets, and somebody might have uncovered those secrets? They're not really secrets. Those are things that was passed on to us. And why would you keep them? The only reason you're keeping them and then you keep power is because those things don't mention you in a positive light. They mention you in a sublight. And they mention the people that you are keeping under your thumb. It mentions them in a great light. And I don't mean to talk the way I talk. I don't mean to seem encoded. But I have enough intelligence in here for you guys to understand what I just said. Thank you very much, Lala D. You are very studious. I love when you come in. I love when Derek comes in. I love when all you guys come in, because you guys always bring something, whether if it's family or whatever, you guys are always going to bring something in. And hopefully that everybody in here gets to enjoy that. Right? Yeah. Look at Derek know all the names and shit. Derek know all the names. He said, yeah. He said Swanson's. That was my number one in the military, Derek, was at Swanson's, boy. Boy, I thought me some Swanson's on with the quick. Throw me some Swanson's on. He said the Hungry Jack. Yeah, the Hungry Jack, I think that came after. That's Hungry Jack is like 80s, right? I think Hungry Jack's 80s, 90s, what? I don't know when this is. I don't know when it is. Well, I was still in, but I'm just saying. But he said the MREs. He said that, yeah, the meal's ready for you. Hey, the MRE stands for meals ready to be expelled. Yeah, I used to be chewing on some nasty ass brownie like stuff in some of the meals, man. I wouldn't eat nothing but they had like real like name brand candies and shit that was in there and some other stuff. I wouldn't eat that shit, man. They had dehydrated hamburgers. Look like rocks. Look like brown rocks. This is what they feed. See, nobody talks about this. This is what they feed your military. That shit'll make you go crazy. You want to... Hey, that'll put you in the KILL mode, won't it? Everybody say, yeah, you have to condition yourself to get back to doing a lot of normal stuff when you become a civilian again. Yeah. But you didn't really have to, because time you came back home, wasn't nobody eating. I came home and looked at the table like, and we would have a meal, but it was like we were having a Friday meal or something. Like, what, we having a Friday meal? Y'all don't have a meal all the time? Or I'm hearing questions like, y'all want me to cook? I'm like, what you mean? Y'all want me to cook? Don't y'all eat every day? No, I don't mind if we can fast. I don't give a damn. Like, if I'm with a family, I could live healthy eating 3 days a week, as long as everybody's just eating 3 days a week, because that's the motivation. And probably that's what we need to do anyway. We probably only need to eat 3 days a week, but we eat every day. We probably only need to eat 3 days a week, and the rest of the week this should be water and herbs until we get where we're supposed to, and probably even less than that. But it's still, even if you was drinking tea, you can still sit at the table and sip your tea. Still a family time. There's no family time no more. But yeah, Lala D said tigers are extremely vengeful. God dang, she said, laughing out loud. See, I used to watch videos about them. Said one tiger waited 3 days for a man to return to his home because the man killed the cub. Oh yeah, well, cats don't play like that anyway. Even house cats don't play like that. That's why I think it's scarier to have a strange cat around you than it is to have a strange dog around you. And that's my experience. A cat will tear your ass in half. Y'all look at the crazy cat chases a woman on YouTube, chases a woman down the street. Look at that. It's a cat that actually just hated this lady. He wanted her out the neighborhood. He was chasing her down the street. Or just look at the most vicious cat on human attacks. Cats. I'd rather be attacked by a dog than a cat. And plus, I don't know, cats have something that claw, that shit, it makes me itch, man. I'll really be itching if I get scratched up by a cat. But Lala D, you crazy, Lala. She said that damn tiger waited on that man. I'm gonna get your ass. Yeah, that tiger was like, yep, let you come back through here. No, they're not saying it. They're denying it. Yeah. Yep. True, the pyramids in China are hiding dragons. They hide all kinds of, see what I'm saying? Those are just safes. So it's just look at it like that. So Lala brought it out. So I can say it now because it was already brought up in my chat that pyramids are safes. Okay, now nobody said it nobody ever told you that in the live chat yet. So pyramids are safes. They're safes. Safes. You guys not getting the word, are you? I'm saying safes, but are you getting what I'm saying? What is a safe? In a safe, through the key, lies the what? I gotta hit y'all with parables and stuff. Yeah, that's why China doesn't like to talk about its pyramids, yeah, dragons, a lot of D. That's another reason they hide them. Derek Beatty, yep. A lot of D, yep. Okay, she's talking to Derek. They starting to hold their own little conversation again. Okay, let me keep going. Okay, now Lolly put something. Oh no, it's Derek again. Derek Beatty said, yeah. He said M&Ms. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the only thing I used to eat out of that, man. You can't eat all that shit up. They had a couple of meals that was okay. But I'm going to tell you, I have actually forgot which meals were good. Because there's only like 2 of them. It's like 2 out of, how many was it, like 12? It's like 2 out of 12 of them that was good. Yeah, the Marine Corps always had chicken out of king. That was just terrible, yeah. But you could make that good if you wanted to. You can make chicken out of king good, but the military going to make it suck. The best meal for the military is breakfast. That's where everybody went to go eat. No, nobody missed breakfast. You go eat breakfast and stack up and get as much shit as you can get so you didn't have to eat none of that nasty shit later on in the day. You're going to get all the pancakes and, all the eggs and everything else, stuff yourself. And just, if lunchtime go around, you just go get the minimum amount of shit. Time dinner come around, you might have to eat, but at least you supplement with something else. Yeah, something. My state was the only state giving us coffee milk. Oh, okay. Coffee milk as kids, way before Starbucks made it popular. Okay, it was a Rhode Island thing. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's what's up, though. And to be honest, when I was a kid, I used to love that coffee milk. I used to love that, man. Yeah, I used to love that. D-Lo 404 said, he said EF, he said F. He said, I bet you, okay. He said, I bet you were hell to deal with in the military. Sorry to say. Get up for PT at 400 hours. He said, he said, lays back in the hammock and tells him, there's no such thing as time. Hell no. Nah. Yeah, I got my share, brother. Yeah, you right, D-Lo. I got my share, man. I was always always on somebody's hot seat. Yeah, I was up for court martial a couple of times. Yeah, I was definitely on the hot seat, man. I was a hot head. I had them told me that I wasn't cut out for the military anymore. Said you ain't made for the military no more, because I was always ready to take somebody's brains out. So, no, you can't handle this no more. Yeah, I can handle it. Yeah. But on the EJ thing, we're gonna let EJ, heal up and let it do what it do. I'm not gonna get into it like a lot of people really getting into it and talking about the Ugas. We'll talk about probably the next show. We'll talk about the Ugas and what I think about it. I'm not going nowhere, so don't y'all leave this right yet, because we still got to discuss this. The whole topic, you know what I mean? Still got to discuss that. Dollar D, Derek Bay, trying. Yeah. Thank y'all for letting the D-Lo put me out there like that. Like y'all can read straight through Eagle. Like yeah, Eagle didn't play that kind of shit. No, Eagle was I was a whole different person. I didn't give a shit. I mean, I lost. I'll be honest though. So I made good rank, but I put it this way: I could have made good rank earlier, but um, just had a little bit of had issues. I'm gonna tell you this is the main thing though. It's for you guys and for D-Lo is my main problem was not. It wasn't necessarily the defiance. It was I got a lot of hate. I got a lot of hate. I got open hate from somebody who outranked me. I got open hated by them, and I shouldn't have been because we were in the same group. You know what I mean? We was in the officer group, and so I got hate from them. And you know why I got the hate? I got the hate because they got their hands on my scores, my entrance exam scores. They got a hold of them, and they put the sour face on. They did the lip. You know how you do the lip, like when you're talking to somebody all out your neck, out the side of your neck. Oh yeah, so you got, you know, one eye halfway closed. Oh yeah, so you got, oh you scored high on this. You know, you know you scored so high in the math and the, you know the. My highest score is the placement, object placement and stuff, where you build stuff in your mind. I flew through that. I'm like, okay, I made that little star and square, put that shit together in your mind, and you got to pick out the right figure. I flew through that, and I got the sour face for that, for being good in that and being good in math. I got the twisted face, like for nothing. The hate was for nothing because you don't run the service. You don't run the branch of service. Nobody. You didn't run it. Who runs it? The people run it. If they decide not to fund us, they don't want to pay taxes for us. We end up on welfare. And with some people in the military was on welfare, but you know, because of the family size, and that doesn't look good. But it's taxpayers. If they want to really understand what it is, yeah. Derek Ray said that's true. He said Derek Ray said they don't like free thinkers in the military. No, they don't want you to free think. I'm still with your team. You see what I mean? I'm with your team. I'm with your club. So don't. Why you disrespect? I'm still with you. But you start thinking, because you got to realize when you graduate and when you get somebody, that's why they want you young. Because when they get you, that's when the manipulation starts. But you still got to develop. If you're a book reader or you just observe shit, like if you see certain stuff in there, because I went in right away thinking, no, I know these fuckers are still racist. I went in there thinking that. I said there had to be some kind of racism. We used to have race riots, and not huge riots. We used to have riots, like within company riots and shit, race riots, or individual fight. Might be 3 or 4 people fighting. That's too many. When you got 4 fights breaking out in a small company, based off of race and stuff. And it happens. And I'm going to tell you one thing about it. In the military, they never mentioned anything about the race, even though they knew it was a race riot. They never mentioned anything about race. When you get disciplined, you get disciplined. But guess who was getting all the discipline? And I'm going to put it to you like this. The non-instigators, the non-fight starters got all the discipline. And I'm not going to say who they were, but I'm going to put it like this. The winners got all the discipline for some reason. The ones that won the riot, they got all the discipline. So I'll just do it like this. Because, you know, ego is sick. So I'll just do it like this. So we got all the disciplines. I got stories. I used to tell stories. I tell stories every once in a while. I may tell stories here. I don't care. I may tell stories. So who can tell me? So when it comes to like the O, like your zero in like the zero in boxing, the zero, that's what that actually is. I didn't write an O, but the zero in boxing. Who was known for the zero in boxing? Who was the most well-known person for the zero in boxing? Two questions. One of the first well-known fighters in the 1900s, not in 2000 and nothing like that, but in the earlier 1900s, let's say like 50s or something like that, 50s, 60s. Who was one of the most well-known O fighters, zero fighters that didn't lose no fights? Second question is, what motivated that? What motivated that? Third question is, was he actually beatable? How did he maintain that O, and was he beatable? That's the whole thing. Yeah, Derek Brady said, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. There we go, Derek Brady. Marciano. He put the question mark. Good choice though, Lala D. Yeah, but we're gonna go with Marciano. So with Marciano, what motivated that O? What was the main keys to motivating him to have an O? Should somebody even cared about him having an O, or what was so important about him having an O? And we just kind of hit on it right now. I kind of hit on it right now when I gave you guys like the winners and the losers, right? So even if you don't answer that question, just look at it. So based off of that, regardless of anybody else who went undefeated, but was a heavyweight champion with undefeated, should have been beat. Should have fought maybe somebody like Liston, right? um, but there was a motivation behind that. Because I'm gonna tell you, what they do is they feed us these fake accolades to support a so-called, I want to word this right, a so-called common cause. You understand? So the motivation for the so-called common cause was the war, right? And we have a brown bomber that destroys something that was supposed to be of a common cause for all of us, right? Okay, so let's just erase that, because it seems like we erase certain stuff, certain tragedies. Not the whole war was not erased, and not until this day. There's still a handful of survivors of tragic things that happened back then. But the whole cause was what? Erased. How much of it? We erased the sports part of it, like, oh, we don't care about that no more. Because we got the W, we got the win, now the war is won. So let's get back to our normal thinking. And so that's where I'm getting at. Yeah, it's a little bit cold. It's a little bit cold in there. But I'm not trying to code it, but you're getting it directly. So that was the motivation. That we don't care no more. We don't care. We need to show our status again. Right? So they needed to show status again. But let's skip past that now. So what is the motivation today? What is the motivation today? Even when we go up to MTM, what was the motivation? Or was there really a motivation? Because I know in his eyes, I could tell when a couple of the decisions was read to him, that he wasn't 100% sure. Even when he fought Oscar De La Hoya, he wasn't 100% sure. Maybe there's a couple of fights he wasn't 100% sure. So was the old really the motivation, or did it that become a motivation when he got like way up there, like when no okay nobody beat me when he got I would say when he got into the late 30s and still had an O or zero. I think that's when he started really getting motivated for that. At least for sure, by the time he got like 40 and old, then he had more of a motivation to like I'm keeping my O. But was it for a common interest? A supposed common interest. And why are these fighters worried about? They don't have a common supposed interest today, except for just going undefeated. There's no other common. Why? Your motivation is to get your prize, become a champion, feed your family, get out as healthy as you can. Should that be the motivation, or what should be the motivation? What should be the motivation? And I see way down at the bottom that D-Lo put down marketability. We got way too many forms now. Okay, Derek Beatty brought up the Marciano. So back then, where was the only places that Marciano could get marketed? Number one would have probably been the radio, right? Number two, between 1 and 2, would have been a newspaper in his area, magazine over in his area. 3 or 4 or 5 would have been television. But most of it would have been radio, newspaper, and magazine for him to get noticed, because he's come from a small area, for him to get noticed by the whole world. And that was it. Let me ask you something now. So if we bring up marketability, how many of these new fighters, these young fighters, are in everybody's newspaper? Mm-mm. Do you remember when the Olympics was in everybody's newspaper? What was that? The newspaper that came out in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. Was it 90s? It might have been before 90s. But it was called USA Today. And they was trying to take, what they were trying to do is like give a little bit of news about everybody's area. Wherever you lived at, they was trying to put a little bit of whatever was the hot topic on in wherever you're at. So USA Today. So how many, I don't even know if they still have it. I keep up with I get newspapers every once in a while. And the reason I don't like to even look at newspapers is because they flood me in my mail with newspapers all the time. I just get tired. I'm like, oh, I have another newspaper. I'm throwing out more newspapers. I probably should read them. But I can't find much like the greatest reading in most newspapers. But maybe I should subscribe and just start doing newspapers. Maybe I should. I have to find the right paper. I don't like the New York Times now. Because I'm one of the person, I'm still a child when it comes to reading. I like to follow, just as a novel, I have to follow along with pictures. I can't just read your story and that's it. I don't trust you. I'm reading your story, but you got to show me at the same time. Well, I know you tell me a story, but can you show me a picture? You're like this, like, any pictures? Hey, Lala, you got any pictures with that question you had? Any pictures of the dragon? Yeah, you got any pictures of the dragon? That's it, though. Yep. Yeah, Marciano. He's from the same place that him and Marvin Hagler. They both come out of Brockton. Yeah, they both come out of Brockton, Mass. Right? Marvin, and yeah, that's what's crazy. Though. How did Marvin end up being bigger than Marciano? And Marciano was actually the undefeated one. But believe me, in that area, Hagler's bigger. They couldn't wait to get up a Hagler Street. Yeah, but Hagler's big. I heard something from a comedian. We're still talking boxing, but this kind of killed me because I love comedy. And a lot of it, when they talk, it's truthful. I like the truthful stuff. I don't like when they just kill the whole comedy act with nothing but epithets about everybody. No, that's not. I like to just hear like stuff that happened, and they're making fun of stuff that happened. That's my favorite comedy, when you can laugh at something that you escaped. You escaped death or something. It's not funny, but it is funny because you escaped it. Yeah, this shit that I escaped some death a lot of times, and yeah, I can laugh. This shit's funny. It's like, it's not really funny, but it's like, God dang, that's crazy. But that's one of my favorite things when it comes to comedy. But a comedian was, I think he was in Philadelphia, and it was at a bad time where they had it was during Super Bowl time where they had a bad, and his name was, it just had a bad atmosphere that day. That's what I was saying. It was a bad atmosphere for comedy. Bill Burr said this. This is Bill Burr, it's comedian. And he was just going off on the whole city. He was just like berating them and talking so bad about them because they were booing all the comedians off stage. At one point he said this, because I listened to the great content, and this is what he said. He said, why you got a statue of this fake ass fighter up there in Philadelphia? Man, he said he hated the liberty, but he was just going crazy. But he said, why don't you have a statue up of Joe Frazier? And that's when they didn't have a statue of Joe Frazier. And I still don't think they have a full statue. I might be mistaken, but does anybody know if they have a full statue of Joe Frazier up in Philadelphia yet? I'm talking about a full statue, not no bullshit. Does anybody know for sure? Because I don't want to go off on these people. And yes, if it's warranted, yes, I want to go off on them. But if it's not warranted, I don't want to go off on Philadelphia. See, and you start Googling it. If you put Joe Frazier statue, and right now, when you put, I just put in Google. I didn't hit search, but I put in Joe Frazier statue, and it says Joe Frazier statue, and then right behind that it says Bill Burr. Wow. So, yeah. But in Philadelphia, I don't think they have a statue of Joe Frazier, if I'm not mistaken. They don't have a full statue. They only think they in Philadelphia. When I said Philadelphia, I didn't say they don't have a statue of Joe Frazier. I said in Philadelphia, I still think that they don't have a statue of the champ. And just in case you just don't know, let them know, Derek, baby. I'll show you. I'm gonna show you, just in case you don't know. We gotta put it up anyway. Just in case you don't know. Right there. In Eagles Way of Boxing. That there, that standing knockout. That's what we call the Frazier. And that Frazier will get your ass hazy, but you best believe that. But that guy there, that gentleman right there, that great champion, that great pioneer for people, even though he might not have known he was a pioneer for the people. For Philadelphia, I got to concur. If Philadelphia doesn't have him up, then they need to get him up. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, we know that. See, now you guys go. See how my chat is. Look at my mods. My mods always they always got to start some shit. A lot of D like, well, Hagler is from New York technically. But why in the hell did he get out of Newark? As a matter of fact, have you ever lived in Newark? I'm gonna tell the truth. Most people who live in Jersey don't want to really live in Jersey. Jersey ain't no joke, man. But it's just like a lot of people don't want to live in Jersey. Guess what? Guess who else is from Jersey? Guess who else family from Jersey? You guys already know. That's right. EF. EF's family is from Jersey too. Essex County. Yeah, so we're from Essex County. Okay. But we understand that. And I know see how my people are. My people, you be technically Marvin Hagler's from Newark, New Jersey. Yes, but moving there, he gets more big ups where he moves. He probably wouldn't have had a statue or nothing if he would have kept his ass in Newark. He might not even been a boxer. He wouldn't have been as great as he is. Probably might have ended up in prison or something. But they had to get the hell out of there. It was just too much violence for him. And I'm not knocking New Jersey, but I'm saying there's violence everywhere. But at that time, and at that stage of his life, and where they lived at, he needed to get the hell out. Oh yeah. D to the Bailey from Jersey. Yeah, ask D to the Bailey if he in Jersey right now. Ask D to the Bailey if he in Jersey right now. Shit, I want to be in Jersey. There's some spots in Jersey I wouldn't mind being at, but you go from Brockton and become a champ there. He said, Derek Bailey, he said, laughing out loud, you're from Jersey. You're about to give some smoke. Look at me, yeah. Don't try to give Eagle no smoke. Yep, he's in New York, actually. Yeah, they all said that B-Hop said the same thing. Yep. And then Derek Bailey said, I don't think so. Yeah, but Philadelphia, you do need to have a statue. I don't give a shit who puts up a statue. If you got a statue of Rocky up there, knock that shit down and put up a statue of Frazier. They erected one in 2015 in front of a museum in Philly, or so I saw online. I don't think they got one, D-Lo. I just don't. They got one over. Isn't it one that Lala might know? Isn't it one by the gym, right? By the gym that he used to work out in or something like that. There's one by the gym or something, right? There's one in a smaller town or something. It's not in the city. It's not in Philly where it should be. And that's my understanding that it's not in Philly anymore. That it wasn't in Philly. That was my understanding. Oh damn! Look at Lala came. Lala said, she said Jersey people are very proud. Are they proud, Lala? Yeah, proud. Yeah. Hagler's mom moved the family from Newark when Hagler was still a kid. Yeah, she got the hell up out of there. They have a Frazier and Ali statue at a gym or museum. Yeah, but it's not in Philly. I don't think it's in Philly, bro. I just don't. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I just don't think. I think it's in a small town. I don't know the name of the town, but I think it's not his main. I don't think it was his main gym. I think it's some kind of outside gym outside of Philly or something, but it's not in Philly, from my understanding. But we can research it. If y'all find out about it, y'all let me know. But I don't think they have. I think they still don't have one. What you say? Hey, I'm just saying Jersey people are very proud like that. I don't know about the pride part, but yeah. Jersey people talk a lot of shit. I think Jersey people just grow up with a tongue. That's what it is. Jersey people just grow up with they grew up with a tongue. Everybody, people from Jersey can have a conversation with anybody. They can just have a conversation. They're good conversationalists. Put it that way. It's not always a pride thing, but yeah, they are sort of pride. They are prideful too, though. Well, nobody talk shit to me like that, son. They will be wanting to throw hands if you say the wrong thing. Somebody always want to throw hands. They always want to fight about it. Well, fighting for what? We're not getting nowhere. Still got to see them all. Yeah, but you're right. Yeah, Hagler's mom got him up out of there. Yeah, Derek Brady say, okay, Eagle. He says running the counties, Derek Brady. Oh, okay. It's hard for me not to think of the assassination of Malcolm X when Newark is mentioned, but I know there are good folks in Newark. Yeah, there's good folks in Newark, but there's good folks everywhere. But just some places are just known. Derek Brady, for some reason, he's like a master at trivia when it comes to like some of the worst places you can live, or places that you are probably like. There's a place he even knew. There's a city out here, a small city out here, a small town out here that's close to Oakland. He knew what it was. He's like, he knew what it was. It's like it was that you had like a 80%, what is it, 60% chance, or 1 out of 5 chance of getting jacked. So if you got a car full of people, somebody's getting jacked. That's how bad the town is. And Derek Beatty knew what it was. Derek Beatty, I said, I'm not gonna tell you what it is. And Derek Beatty put it up in the chat. He said that he knew exactly what it was. I said, Derek knows these little trivia things about places. No matter where you're from, it's like, yeah, it don't matter where you're from. They got places where you'll get jacked at. It might be a small place. Come out there and get jacked. You got a 20% chance. 1 out of 5 cars, somebody's getting jacked. And so I don't go there. I think you, yeah. No, I'm not in New Jersey anymore. Yeah, hell yeah. You see the way he put it? Derek Beatty said, "No, not in New Jersey anymore." The way he put it, though. He don't sound like he proud to have left or proud to have stayed or whatever. Yeah, nah, I'm not there. I'm like, yeah, you know, D to the baby. I done edged out of there a little bit. I think I think you're right. They never embraced Frazier like they should have. Yeah, they embraced Rocky stronger than they embraced Joe Frazier. If you guys like comedy though, just go check out his little spiel. You don't have to listen to the whole thing, but just listen to that part where he talks about Rocky and he talks about Joe Frazier. It just resonated. It made sense, folks. It made sense what he was saying. Even though he was just going crazy, he was just going off on the crowd, but it made sense. It just made sense because he was actually, a lot of times comedians, people don't understand, comedians actually tell the truth a lot of times. And they will get blacklisted, but a lot of times they tell the truth. And isn't that kind of crazy where you have politicians, the people that are supposed to tell you the truth, lying, and you got comedians telling the truth. The ones that are supposed to be lying, the jesters, are supposed to lie and they tell the truth. If that ain't the most backwards stuff, man, that shit is backwards. I'm telling you. Yeah. Oh yeah, New Yorkers talk a lot of shit. Look at Derek Beatty. He came to the defense and no man, New Yorkers talk more shit. Yeah, New Yorkers talk a lot. No. It's kind of even, brother. I think, no, New York, okay, put it the difference, okay, New York, the people in New York are more sales, they're more sales oriented. They sell more shit. They don't talk more shit, but they're more salespeople. Jersey ain't selling you nothing. When Jersey say something, that's what they mean. But New York will sell you a lot of shit sometimes. They'll talk, the game is more talk in New York. They'll sell shit better than Jersey. Jersey won't sell it as much as LA. LA too, but they won't sell it as much as New York. People from New York, especially Brooklyn. Brooklyn always selling something. No, son. They're always selling some, like they might sell an ass whooping that's not really available or something. Yeah. Everybody said, yeah, I like to travel. Like to go anywhere. Where we trying to go, Derek? Shit, we had to get this adventure going. Shit. Hey, we'll do a one world tour one of these times, man. Hey, we're gonna just make one loop, man. We're gonna just make a loop around the world, man. Be like, damn, man, these people got together from different areas and they just went. They got on the plane. They just decided, hey, let's go, and they just went for it. Just went around the world, just traveling different places, getting love. We turn ourselves into bloggers for like a month, huh? How long is it gonna take us to travel from Europe to Asia to Africa, South America, and back on up? We can go ahead and skip Iceland because Lala said no. She said go ahead and leave that. She said go ahead and leave that alone. Because I'll be the only one with friends over there. Hey, I'll leave y'all because I'll be talking to somebody who produces movies and shit like that. They do all that nature stuff, so I'll have something to do for sure. As long as I want to get cold and put on that wetsuit, I'll have something to do. But yeah, that's my take on it, is that New Yorkers sell more. They talking shit, but they more selling. You know, it's a lot more selling now. You don't see the action as much. They just sell Jersey talk, but it's kind of equal. Philly too. Philly talk. Philly don't talk as much. Philly and Jersey don't talk as much as New York. New York talk. They got to explain everything. Yeah. Look at Lawless. He said, "Oh, speaking of World Tour, she said I love this old song, World Tour, by a Tribe Called Quest. She want me to go ahead and get my. She wants me to throw that plug out there for the Tribe Called Quest. Y'all check it out. Tribe Called Quest. World Tour. Still trying to win the Mega Millions. Yeah, I heard you, brother. Maybe one of us will come up with it. Shit, I got a couple of extra dollars, man. I'll go play today. Why not? Let me go play. And same thing, man. If I do it, and anybody who's in the chat today, this participating in the chat that I see, or on the did I see today, and plus, if that happened and I won, anybody in the chat today and anybody's in the chat the day that I did win is going with me. I'm gonna invite y'all. I send tickets or whatever. We'll figure it out. Man. We'll meet and greet. We'll meet at the table, and then we'll discuss. Plus, we'll just go back and forth first with the emails or whatever, communicate and say and pick out how many spots? 7 spots. Cities or countries? You guys want to go by countries or cities or continents? Because we can do it that way. So you still end up in another continent anyway. So you might visit 3 continents, but go to 10 cities, something like that. However that worked out. But anyway, that's my word, and my word is a solid word. It's not a bond, because that's slavery, but it is a solid word. It's the truth. I put it that way. I would every last one of y'all be like, oh damn, Eagles serious. We all going. Y'all at home like this. Oh shit. They're gonna be doing his old Kool-Aid dance that he used to do. Derek used to do that Kool-Aid dance until he found out that wasn't no Kool-Aid left but green. He's like, oh shit, man. I did the Kool-Aid dance for nothing. We ain't got shit but green. We ain't got no red, no grape. We ain't got no orange. We don't even got orange. You don't got orange. We ain't got red, grape, or orange. Orange is starting to go down a little bit. You started grape and red is like here. And you start going down from there. Orange, lemon, then you hit lime. When you hit lime, you're at the bottom of the barrel like, oh shit, not lime. Not lime. That's an extra half a cup of sugar for lime. That's just on GP. Like, I just an extra half a cup. On the sugar, you gotta add something extra to it. We ain't got no 7-Up and nothing, no Sprite to go with it. You think I don't know? I live life, man. That's why I like to come in here and have fun. And we talk about, like I said, the boxing. We never finished the whole old discussion because we had too much fun. Sorry about that, y'all. We never finished the old discussion. I mean, nobody really jumped back in on it. But in other words, so they used to have a something that they would make us feel that was in common for you to keep your old. And D-Lo brought up the point. But the marketability and shit, that shit just don't, none of the shit that they trying to say now, none of it holds water. Get your ass out there and fight. Tell them, Derek Betty, what they got to do. Get your ass out there and fight. The stage now is fight. There's no wars. There's no great accolades for you. Get your ass out there and get the prize. See? The whole trick. And you can't trick us right now because there's nothing to trick us with. I fight for my family, my country. We don't care. Get your ass out there and fight. That's all it is. Yeah. Derek Bay said traveling will be our job. Yeah, we be on that traveling thing. I don't care how long we stay. You think I would give a damn? You think I would care about my boxing form or anything else? You think I would care about any of my shit? I get rid of everything I have, man. If we had that kind of money, there's only a handful of stuff besides my native stuff. I ain't got nothing that's real important. I'd sell everything for $10 a piece. Here, $10. For television, $10. Everything. All that shit'll go. I watch shit disappear so quick. Damn, $10 for microwave? Yeah, $10 for microwave. How big is that television? 65 inch? How much? $10? Everything go. Well, except for my bed. I'd make them pay for that. My bed is too expensive. I got to at least get one for that. I got to get at least 1K. That's not even enough. But I mean, at least I'll feel better about selling it. I'm like, this is the only thing y'all got to pay for is this. I'd rather give it to somebody than let y'all get that for $10. Yeah, but that'd be true, man. I mean, a lot of people wouldn't do it. Plus, other stuff. I got to take care of Native people, too. Got to start some kind of fund for them or some kind of program for Native people. When I say Native, I mean the original people. I get in these fights every day. Y'all don't know how much of an advocate I am for color discrimination that I don't allow. I will comment on anything that I get interested in. When they talk about black people, I will comment on everything. I'm like, I said has never been a black person that has existed in the creation of this earth. I said, never has been one black or one white person. And I always check them. I never get a response. They never say anything. I always tell them, I said, don't call these people, even when it's their video, I said, don't call these people black anymore. I said, either you give them a great nation because they are natural, they are the ones that created everything. I said, either you give them a natural choice of a great title, or you just don't give them a title. You don't call them black because they have never been black and they never will be black. I said, those are the originally people. I said, those are people. Where you think the word origin comes from? You have to break the word down for you. I'll be killing them. That's how I am, man. I'm the same way all the time, man. So when I get on stuff like that, they never respond back. I'll get a thumbs up like a few months from now. Somebody will give me a thumbs up and say, oh, yeah, much respect or something like that. But when I comment right away, they're not going to say nothing. Because I get tired of, every time I hear black, I just go shrug like, you guys aren't black. That's part of my family. That's part of my family. My family is, the Native family is so-called, black, brown. The separation, if you're going to talk about black, to say how they got black and how the separation, how you took all of them out of our nations and stuff. How you bred them out. And it correlates with the labeling of non-taxable natives and taxable natives. That all correlates. And then those entities that were in charge of gathering the census to separate them. Because the first census givers, should be illegal, a census giver, that should be illegal to do a census when you're supposed to have the right to pursue of your own happiness and stuff. You can't pursue your own happiness when somebody's coming by, oh, what nationality are you? How many people you got living in your family, blah, blah, blah. Huh? You a census? You're doing more than census. You are snooping. You're trying to see who's in my household to see what kind of activities might go on here, so you know who to monitor and stuff like that. And it makes it much even easier with the higher the technology is with these phones that take pictures of you as soon as you cut them on. Sorry about that, y'all. Lola D said, something. She said, are we really talking about Kool-Aid? I'm sorry, dear. Every once in a while I come out. Yeah. Oh, Lala D caught me on the Kool-Aid. Yeah, I get on everything, Lala. I have my Kool-Aid flashbacks or whatever. She said my favorite Kool-Aid. I said, look, she's still talking about it though. She said my favorite Kool-Aid is purple. Oh, she said Purple Saurus Rex. It was great. Oh, okay, grape and then lemon mix and black cherry. Damn. See, why you talking about Kool-Aid? Now my mouth all watering for some Lala D's special punch. She gonna make the special punch. And I had a special punch too. I ain't gonna tell y'all what the name of it. Y'all gonna be laughing, but I ain't gonna tell you what the name of my punch was. We all got our special punch. Look at that. Lala got her own punch. Yeah, the Purple Saurus. She got the Purple Saurus Rex up in here. I would mix a little bit of the lemon with the with the punch, and then we cut some oranges up in there and all that. Limes, oranges, and lemons up in there. Whew. That punch, you be sitting there, your stomach's sticking out to the, sticking up to the sky. If you're laying on your back, you're a little kid, your stomach sticking up to the moon, and then your legs look like toothpicks. We are the only direct descendants of the Most High. She said the Creator, Ma'eho. That's Ma'eha. Ma'eho. That's Yahweh. Yahweh, Yahweh. Let me not speak tongue. Let me only speak English tongue today. So people don't think I possess. Oh, he's possessed. He said he's a demon. Now, just because you don't speak the ancient words don't mean that somebody who was brought to your attention that speaks those words is a demon. Especially they don't never say anything evil. You never hear me say anything evil. Even when I close my show, I don't say nothing evil. Think about it. When the demon tried to get your attention a different way, gotta deal with super dumbass people. Yeah, but I went there though, Lolly. Yeah, I was talking about that Kool-Aid. So-called black people. Yeah, I get tired. I shut them down every time somebody holler about black. I said, get away from here. I said, nobody's here. I even have people tell me, oh, y'all came from Africa. And so, y'all walked across frozen. I said, yeah, really. We're going to walk across some shit frozen with kids, babies, and all that, elders. We're just going to walk across something frozen. See, you can tell, if somebody with a small mind, they believe all this. Oh, yeah, ice cap. Oh, yeah. They could prove that it melted and all that. Ooh. Ain't nothing melting now. We got icebergs now that don't melt. Get out of here. Oh, they're melting. They melt a little bit, but they freeze right back up. Stop telling people dumb shit. And that's the tip of the iceberg. That's the tip of the iceberg. Ain't nobody walking across no ice with babies and shit. Shut your stupid ass up, you dumb. Because men couldn't walk across by themselves, because then where would the females have been? Yeah, we're going to talk about Yermo. We're going to talk about Yermo coming up. Okay, yeah. Guerrero versus Ortiz. Yeah, Guerrero versus Ortiz. Yep. Derek Bailey out there. Okay. Yep. Derek Bailey. Okay, Derek Bailey. Yeah, okay. I want to go shopping so bad. I just want to go spend and wear what I did later. She said laughing out loud, but I'm going to chill. I know what you mean. Look at Lala want to go buy. She want to go buy something. What you need, huh? I got a few designer things. I got to set up. No, I got to put some stuff up. But anyway, y'all can look at my. Hey, y'all go visit my store, man. Stop playing, man. Go get a T-shirt or something. Y'all go visit Eagle store, man. Go get a T-shirt or something. At least get a T-shirt. I got some beautiful. I'm a designer now, right? Y'all better go pick up some of my stuff. And I do have some other designer stuff too. I may put some things on there. I may. I'm not 100% sure if I will or not. Or I may just put them on IG or something. I might just put some stuff out there. You guys just find a way to get in touch with me and I send it to you. Yep. And we'll do it that way. But we'll see. Yeah, but a lot of them go shopping. She said need to spend some money. Yeah, at Lala D. That's what Derek say. Growing up, we always drank iced tea. Yep, that iced tea. Yeah, I'm still hurt to this day because somebody stole my sun tea, man. I had one of them fat ass jars, man, that I had cleaned up for a long time, man. Y'all don't even know if y'all ever seen them, man. I had a blue jar, light blue jar, man. What they called? A lot of no name, man. What's them things called? Ball? Is it Ball? It might have been a different name. I think it might have been Ball though. Big ass ball jar. Believe me, it was huge. It was shit like a gallon jug. I had my tea in there. Wind that shit up. I was like, yeah. Put that out in the yard. Somebody grabbed that big. I made sure it was big so somebody would grab it. Because you couldn't run with that shit. But somebody grabbed that shit, man. I stayed in there just about an hour, just long enough for that tea, that sun tea. Because sun tea, you don't add no sugar to it, right? For some reason, that sun sweetened it. But I was like, I went to go look for my sun tea. That my sun tea had disappeared, man. Until this day, I'm a grown-ass man. And I was just like to know. I ain't gonna yell at him or nothing like that. It's too late. I can't cry over spilled milk. But I would like to know who the hell stole my sun tea. Why would you steal a baby's sun tea? I was just a little kid. Why would you steal my sun tea? Why was my sun tea so important to you? Yeah. No, they said my mother only made lemon tropical punch of black cherry, and she always added sliced lemons and oranges. There you go. That's how we grew up, man. With them sliced, you got to slice them. You got to put them slices in there. Slice oranges and lemons. See, oranges and lemons. You have to do that. See, the thing is, we have more in common than we don't have in common, and that's what I was just mentioning about this world, man. And see, you have to look and see. That's how you find out that you're really connected, because you do the same shit. And so it's not outlandish if somebody's thinking a certain way, because we're just thinking back of what we did. So guess what? Same thing. This whole world was doing the same thing. They were sitting down at dinner. When it was hot, they was drinking something. Now, they might have been drinking coconut milk water or something. I don't know, coconut juice water or pineapple water or whatever, but they were still, that was their form of Kool-Aid or soft drink. That's what they was doing. We all do the same shit, man. We got to get back to being people, man, because that's what we do. As people, you're going to do the right thing. When you're not people, you're going to do as you want to. I guess that's the point I always try to make, man. I don't know. I hope I don't, besides my two troll haters that keep coming in, that have, they're off of vacation now, so they're back, my invisible trolls. And they know they suck. So they know it. They like, oh, yeah, we suck. Yeah, let's go give the thumbs down. Yeah, but it's all good. But we all have a lot in common that we need to work off of. We just don't. Yeah. It's the display at Lolla D. See, they're downstairs Chicago will make you go broke. Yeah, Lolla D. Yeah, Lolla, you better stay away from downtown. Hell yeah, you're gonna go broke. You're gonna go crazy down there. You're gonna get down there and you're gonna start, once you start spending, that's it. And keep your ass out of places like Bloomingdale's and Saks and all that. You gotta stay out of certain places. Like the Bloomingdale's, don't go to Bloomingdale's. Go somewhere else. I'm not saying shop at Macy's, but you can tone it down. But if you see a Louis store, that's just your pocket. You might as well say your pocket is empty if you walk into a Louis store. Or a Gucci store, you might as well say that your pocket is empty. And yes, you're just going in there to get like some shades or something. Are you going to Todd? Are you going to Tom Ford or something like that? Shit, if you go to Jeffrey Bean, you still might be in a little bit of trouble. Or what's that? That Yves Saint Laurent. You go in there, you in trouble. Lolla D said something. She said, that's my problem. She said, I don't need anything. I have too much of everything I love. I said, but people like that always want more. Yeah, I had to stop all that shit. That's why I got too much. I got too much shit. I got new stuff that I got to sell right now. I can show y'all. Y'all gonna be like, Eagle, you crazy. What you doing all this shit? And it's not nothing I bought recently. It's just I had to go back to my friend. I had to go back to my roots. And so when I went back to my roots, that's what happened. I just went back to my roots and I just got stuck with a lot of stuff. So I just try and get rid of it. Lolla D, she's on us, Derek. She said Cynthia and Derek Bailey. See, I have a website that I haven't activated yet called OKCharmsBalala.com. I plan to sell so much nice high-end stuff. I don't use plus stuff I make. Reasonably priced. Okay. Hey, if you start your little website off, that's cool. Hey, maybe I can send you a few things to sell on there. Who knows? We could network or something. We could market. We could, I'm a designer, you a designer. Lolla Eagles. Look, Lolla Eagles. We could be like this, Lolla Eagles. What? Lolla Eagles. What's Lolla Eagles? People will hate so much, but then again, we don't have to worry about the haters. We just wait. We just get the good people. I've had the site for a few years now. Yeah, you gonna get it launched sooner or later, huh? What are you waiting for? Then Lolla. Yeah. She said, "Oh my God, Asante, you just named my weakness, Saks and Bloomingdale's. Yeah, see, you in trouble. It ain't no hope for your ass. If I just told her to stay away from that, and she said that's her weakness, then her ass is in trouble, right? Lala in big trouble because I already told her. I said stay away from that, and she like, nah, I can't. That's my weakness. She just named my weakness. Why did I name it, and how do I know? Huh? I got caught up in the same damn thing. That's why I'm already knowing. And see, when I go off into Bloomingdale, see the minimum amount that I have to pay for a suit there is probably like about $4,000. That's the minimum. That's like the lower end, or that might even be a sports jacket. I mean, when I say that, I'm not saying not bragging on money or nothing like that, but I'm saying that is what's going to actually on my size and everything to fit me. That's what my stuff. Just something just regular and nice from there that I just when I want to get something nice, that's how much it's going to cost. Not even talking about anything else. Not even some slippers and all that. Some other stuff costs way too much. Shit. Believe me, I want to design sneakers. But I do have one thing, though. I do want to design. If I can find me a good manufacturing company, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's something that I want to design that is going to sell compared to everything. It will sell. It's a seller. That's just what it is. Yeah, but a lot of people talking about that's her weaknesses. I know it because I know what those stores do to you when you get in there. Stuff is so nice, and then the atmosphere, everything is a certain way. When you go in there, everything is so roomy too. You know, most stores, everything is just all scrunched up. They don't need to scrunch up shit like that because thousands of dollars as soon as you walk in there, thousands of dollars everywhere, and it's nice and spread out. You feel like, ah. And that whole atmosphere, that's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Derek Bay said once you, okay, is that Lala D? Okay, Lala D said, but my real passion is finding stuff I like in Saks, but then trying to find it online for cheaper. So she go to Saks first to try to find it, and then she find out that online they don't have the size that she wants or the color. That's why they got it at Saks. Because what happens, because that's how I got a lot of my, when I had my little designer spot. So this is what happens is that this is what used to happen. And this ain't even that long ago. And I'm not saying up until this point, but let's say 2014, at least from, okay, I'm gonna put this about 2000 from 2015 on back. What happened is these stores can only take so much. So if you say, for instance, you go to Gucci, so Gucci can only have so much of everything, right? And so the overstock. Now they do have a place that's called Overstock. There's an actual site that's called Overstock. They don't always have all the top designers. What happened with the Overstock would go to auctions, and you would be able to buy that stuff. But now they still have the same auctions, but those auctions are more or less retailing the stuff now. But prior to about 2015, you can go to these spots, and you would, like, I would be able to buy, like, say for instance, I bought like $3,000 worth of stuff. So if I bought $3,000 worth of stuff, you could probably multiply that by at least maybe 3 to 5 to the actual retail value of the stuff that I actually purchased. But now for those same places, like those same auctions, and these dummies are not paying attention that, like, oh yeah, I just saved $30 on some glasses. It's $30. You can save that at the store. And now you got to pay for insurance and shipping, stupid. So you actually paid the same price. But before all these other people found out about that, it was only a handful of people that would just put in beds like all night. You just get up early in the morning, and you just look at stuff that's about to expire. You put what's the most I'm gonna pay for that? And you put your bed in, and you won some and you lost some. But you was always gonna make money. But now they're running everything up. Like you want a certain watch, like the watch retails at most places. They checked around, and it was like $100 difference. So they saved $120, but they paid $30 in shipping. That's stupid. And you're only saving $20. Why would you go on there? because you're keeping people that really need that stuff to resell it. You're messing their business up because they're not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy something to resell, and I'm only going to make $5 on it. And if it's $1,000, you don't try to make $5 off of $1,000. No. You try to make $5 off of something like maybe $20, $30. At least you try to make that. $1,000, you want to make 100. At least you want to make your minimum is usually the minimum, like wholesale to resale, it's probably like 50%. It's a lot. In some cases, a lot, but you got to look at it. For you to be a retailer, I mean, to wholesale, you got to have different licenses, all that. So it's just not meant for you, and you have to buy volume. So you have to buy retail, but you still get, a lot of times you get big discounts. But the one thing about retail is, see, they got to pay for all kinds of stuff. They got to pay for the lease. They got to pay for employees, all kinds of stuff. They got to pay for insurance, this, that, bills. And that's why it's high, so much higher. But people do, oh, it should be cheaper. I know it ain't worth that much making it. Yeah, but making it is different. But to get it to you, we had to go through a retailer. But if you want it on sale, you just wait and see if we run out and see if it becomes unfashionable or non-fashionable, and then you buy it. Now it's 60% off, but now you don't want it. Yeah. Yeah, you hear a lot of say, yeah, that nice stuff will cost you. She said, I saw the most beautiful navy blue. But she said the crock bag in Saks last week. Oh my God. I just kept walking. Yep. That's an expensive ass brand right there. That Balenciaga. And what about them red Louis? You know what I'm talking about? Yep. I got some I was gonna say Brioni, but that's actually something else. Brioni, that's the suits. But let me see. What about? But I do have now. I got some shades, but they're too big for you, Lala. I think. Yeah, not even knowing. I'm not even seeing you, but they're too big. They're just too big. But I got some. I got some Boucherons. You guys can't see what I'm doing, right? So the sunglasses. I got some Boucheron sunglasses. I got. Yeah, so I still got Boucherons. Yeah, Boucheron is that's a big label. Look at Eagle. We know boxing talk is already over with. Y'all got me hanging out long. Y'all don't care. I don't care what Eagle gotta do. He can sit up here and talk to us. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can. Y'all right. I can sit up here and talk to y'all. But I have a small, let me show you this, because this, I don't know if you can see this one. But I don't keep stuff like this. I don't know. You see that? So I have that. I never sold it. It's still wrapped up. It's still in the package, you know what I mean? But that is it's a little vase. It's a little vase. But that's a Lalique. And I was selling it for $175. But guess what? That was a little while ago. That Lalique now is probably worth way way, way, way more than that. I would probably still sell it for like the same price. I would probably still sell it for the same price. But I'm just saying, I just have a lot of different stuff because I used to have like collectibles too. I still got some collectibles. Who knows, man? I might throw you guys some of that stuff later on. You know, I mean, why not? It's just too much. Sometimes things you become overwhelmed with stuff. Derek Beatty, when you decide that the table that your four parents set for you is not something that's worth, you know, passing down to the generations like your dumbass was supposed to. I'm not talking to you specifically, calling you dumbass. You know that. I show much respect to everybody who's in here right now. But I'm just saying, all of us, for just not passing down something so simple. And see, that's the whole thing is they took this away. A lot of is they took away the thing by saying that how simple your parents were and your foreparents. By saying how simple things were, they didn't understand how that simplicity was going to mold you and keep you grounded in a certain way. That's what they don't tell you about the simplicity. They get you all arrogant and you write it off too, like, oh yeah, that's right, yeah, they were simple. They didn't do nothing back in the day. And rah, rah. You start getting all like this, you know, doing your shoulders and shit, talking about, oh yeah, back in the day, this and that, and rah, 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 rah. And you stupid. Your dumb ass is dumb, and you don't realize it until you get old enough to realize it. Because nobody told you, hey, respect your past. When they say respect your past, that means go back and check it out. People think that words that's just so simple. Oh, I respect my past. That's how a child would react to that statement or that request. It's not a statement, it's a request. When somebody that's something definitive. When somebody says respect something or do something, that's an action that they want you to do. That doesn't mean, oh yeah, I respect my past. Yeah, I recognize it. People always, oh, I recognize. Recognize. You better recognize. Shut your dumb ass up and really recognize. Stop it. See? You know, ego gonna get you anyway though. That's why I do have my two troll haters. Of course I'm gonna get them. I get people to come in and of course the thing is I never jump on anybody in here. I don't jump on none of y'all. I put us all in the same boat. If you notice that, I put us in the same boat. I put myself in the same boat y'all in. I don't put myself in a superior boat or nothing like that. Like some people and stuff, because I want to try to keep this. It's my chat, yeah, but I try to keep it as community as possible because mostly what I have is a chat. I can't do as much like little short videos all the time because I'm always running over here, running there. I'll get to it once I can slow my ass down. But when I say I'm busy, I'm actually busy. You know, a lot of people don't see. A lot of people, they'll say certain stuff. I'm working on something because I got my cradle board that I'm working on. To see, I just made these. Those are moccasins that she has on. I'm not even gonna show her face. Y'all can see it when she's finished. But I just made those. They're plain because they're for a baby. I just made those, handmade. You see what I mean? That's buckskin at the bottom. So she has her feet up in there. Yeah. And she's gonna go on the cradle board. You know, and that's an important thing to work on because I need to get about, you know, close to 1,000 out of that. Yeah. But what can I say? Loud D said this is a bad look for Spence, even though I truly believe he needed to cancel it. People are going to talk so much trash. Yeah. But you know what, Lala? We're going to let them. Because I think that Earl got hurt during that accident. And they understand. But see, the thing, that's why I deal with grown folks chat. I'm not allow that. I'm not going to allow nobody come in here and say and badmouth Earl about that. Because we got to see the conclusion. Because what if Earl got to get out of boxing? That's going to be sad for welterweight. There's a lot of stuff that we didn't get to see from Earl. He ain't damn sure ain't running from Manny. Are you kidding me? He fought Kell Brook, fought Porter and Danny, and any one of them would want to fight Manny. So that's like saying, well, they would want to fight Manny, but Earl wouldn't. Nah, they can't. They're not gonna have a good argument there. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, Derek Betty. Yep. Yep. Yeah. The Spence called Pac out years ago, and Pac's style hasn't changed. So why would why would Spence ducks? That's right. He said he knows his opponent very well, and wanted him before. I'm not sure if it's the retina, but something is off. Yeah, something's off. You could tell. I could tell way before that. I mean, I kind of saw that in his eyes. For me, it just always looked like something was like kind of weird and strange. So that's just me observing faces. You know, when they show close up, I'm like something's off a little bit. And I just noticed that. But Earl just a beast. That's all. But hopefully Manny, will be able to hang out. And something tragic happened. We never know. He might get in there and age. Might come out firing for 3 rounds and just realize, hey, I'm getting my ass whooped. Who knows? I don't care. He's been around the game long enough, so it doesn't matter. A lot of days I see it in Spence. He doesn't look right in the face, and his reaction was slow in the interview. Nah, he's just slow to me. I've seen a lot of... See, when people say that, Lala D, you got to look at all his interviews. He got a lot of recent... He has a lot of interviews, and some of them he has just more energy. I mean, his energies always seems the same, but some it just seem like... I don't know if he just don't give a shit about some of the interviews. Yeah, because he's just not that type of talker or nothing like that. Even his trainer. Because Derek James is not real animated and stuff like that. Derek James to me is just real... He's just truthful. It's like you heard him in the Charlo corner. He's just truthful. Get your ass out there and fight. He's just truthful. That's all it is to it. Damn, y'all got me in here. Y'all got Ego in here stuck today. Yeah. But anyway, I got to get out of here, man. You know it's this late. It is late today, man. Ego got to run. But I'm going to get back with y'all. We'll get back with the Friday wrap. Maybe we'll talk about this a little bit more. And maybe we'll finally hit, maybe we'll talk about Ugas. I don't know. But at least we got Regal coming up, at least, right? So at least we have that. I appreciate everybody who came through. I appreciate my 2 invisible trolls that you finally came back to give your hate. And see, they like it because I'm giving them a shout out for being trash. Yeah, I salute trash too. Yeah, I salute my trash, all my real people. But as you know, at the end of the show, you don't get no salutes, trash, because this is how I end my show. Yeah. Shout out to all the real people that I see. And shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Y'all know what it is. It's Wednesday, man. Ain't nothing but blessings. You see the way I end my show, trolls? I don't add you. When I say all the people that mess with me, that means when people mess with you, that means things you say and things they do and you talk and they write back, you have stuff that's in common with them. That's what it means, Tro. So at the end of the show, you don't get nothing because I give out nothing but blessings. Peace and blessing. You don't get that. Sorry. That's not part of what you get. But you can get the finger, the middle. Yeah. Oh, I usually stay a couple of seconds though, Lala D. Yeah, Derek Ray said, I think they get tired of answering the same questions. That's what they get tired of it. Like, oh, not again. It just gets so repetitive. He sounds like he just worn out. He sounds more worn out. Like before and after fight, he don't sound as worn out as he does when he's doing interviews. It's like interviews. Earl just don't like to do interviews. I'm telling y'all, he don't like no mic in his face all the time. He know he signed up for it, but he'd rather be like post fight. He really don't talk as much. But right after a fight, right before a fight, like if he's getting in there, like during this fight, that you can see Earl's having the most fun when somebody's hitting him upside the head. That's when he's having the most fun. He's just one of them throwback type of fighters. Yeah, yeah. Hey, check my stuff out though, Lala. Let me know how you feel. It's in the link. It should be in there. It should be in the link on in the page. I put some more stuff out there. But yeah. Y'all have a great one. I'm gonna catch y'all, man. Oh, okay, Lala. I said I'm gonna catch y'all. She right back. She said, no, it's not there. He looked horrible. But I agree, he's a beast in the ring. Yeah, in the ring, yeah, he does look. He just looks horrible. I can't fault him for the way he looks because he fights. I like the way he fights. So if he can still fight like that, I don't care nothing about all that other stuff. All the other stuff Earl do, I don't even really care because I've heard a lot of people talk about his interviews and stuff. I said Earl's just Earl. I just accept Earl for what at least he ain't phony. And the same people he don't like, I don't like, so I know he's real. At least on my side. All right. I'm gonna catch y'all, man.